Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing good today. Yeah. So remember how last week, well, some of you weren't here, but last week I said, oh, Hermes, I will totally finish your replay review and send it to you in a week. You're good, you're alive. That is, yeah, something that's really important and something to be thankful for, I hope. Whether it's school or work or even in your hobbies, everybody is enjoying themselves. I went on a 7 game win streak on TL to get from A plus to S. Wow, that's impressive. Though I'm just barely back in S minus now. Hey, no matter what, as long as your profile says S minus, you know that you're there, you made it. That's what counts. Look at my rank. Okay, let's open up. Let's show the desktop. Look at your rank. Okay, let's go pull up Kirby. Where is Kirby? I don't see Kirby. All right, Kirby. You asked for this. You don't have a rank. You'll never be ranked. But wow, look at that 22-second sprint. That's really fast. All right, yes, so today I need to finish up this replay review. So I've zoomed in a little bit, so hopefully you can see a little bit more. So, oh, hold on. There we go. So today, or at least the last few days I've been working. More, but I've been using TKI. If anything, I guess I stopped using DT Cannon. What else did I stop using? No, that's about it. I stopped using DTK edit. That's it. So yeah. So we're watching round 7. So I think, like, what would I even have suggested here? Take the T-spin single, put the S here, then what, right? You have this T piece and this I piece you have to use. I guess you could probably, and you have a Z piece. Put the Z piece here. Maybe put the I piece off the side. Okay, let's just see what happens. I mean, this looks fine. So something that I've been trying to encourage Hermes to do more often is when you have this position, like this idea about the 3 wide well. Let's scroll back up. So keep an odd size well, 1 or 3 wide. They're perfect with T-spin. So considering T-spin singles, even size wells are not good for T-spins and can often encourage you to skim when you don't know, you don't have a plan. When you don't have a plan to upstack, or an upstack plan. So it means like you kind of just like put the pieces around until something speaks to you, rather than looking at what your board has and forcing it or shaping it to something that's more that will generate more damage. I do both. Okay. I haven't been playing a lot. The only time I play now is with Kevin. You mean Tetris or do you mean Minecraft? I'm better with sending pressure with 6-3, so maybe I'm a little biased. I guess at the end of the day, it does come down to whatever you're used to, right? Like we always say, you can use any opener that you like. It's not a big deal because it's just, the function is just to get you to mid game. Same thing with like these other PCO, not PCO openers, but these pretty much they're just upstack openers. Like you don't do anything fancy and you just freestyle. Maybe freestyle opener is a more appropriate description, but yeah, like as long as you're good at freestyling out of it, then why does it matter? Some vacations in a month. I swear it's not spring. Why is it snowing? Why is there snow tomorrow? Yeah, there was snow yesterday. I woke up and there was like some snow on the ground, and it's snowing right now. At least last I went outside, it was snowing. I went out to go play some Pokemon Go even though it was snowing because I wanted to catch some Blacephalons. Summer vacation. It's better not to call it summer vacation because it's just going to make you feel bad that it's not actually hot outside. The greatest April Fool's ever is that it's still snowing when it's supposed to be spring. Slightly better, friend. You're too hard on yourself. Thanks, Hermes, but I didn't keep my promise. And Miffy's here. For real, summer term is going to start with snow on the ground. Actually, you know what? You're right, Miffy, because they do call the... in May, like the summer term, it's the semester that runs from May till, well, I guess August. It is called the summer term. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, how are you, Hermes? How are you, Miffy? I hope that the semester's been going well. How did that tournament, that Valorant tournament, collegiate Valorant tournament, actually I don't know if it's collegiate, go though, Miffy? I started playing hardcore Minecraft with my brother. How'd that go? Which of you is more likely to die? Anyways, something else. I think I mentioned it somewhere around here. Yeah, I'm going to refer to... Yeah. For you, Hermes, I think that you would definitely benefit from brushing up on how to set up more T-spins, as well as construct your own T-spins. Like if you look at this, right, what you're about to do here, I see 2 different ways, minimum, that you could make a T-spin. Well, 3 if you're willing to be dirty about it and cover up your well. So being able to spot T-spins, or at least imagine the pieces that should be there to make it possible, it's a really key skill if you're going to go for like 6-3 opening. Pretty much openers where you have to freestyle. So I'm going to, well, talk about how to solve 1 height differences, 2 height differences. I guess we could talk about 3 height differences, but at that point you could just treat them as a 1 and a 2 together. Or you can just like upstack a little bit and figure it out. And I think also Kez's video on LST stacking is excellent for teaching you how to look ahead and how to monitor your board and plan a T-spin after you already have your first T-spin in place. Hi, Spilled Guilt. How are you? Thank you for following yesterday. Nice to meet you, and for you to see my face and for me to see your name in stream. Yeah, we're gonna be doing some replay reviews today. So for Hermes, we had equally in the past week. I see. I did not win, but it was fun. Okay, well, I'm glad you had fun, Miffy, at the tournament. Hoping you get better sleep tonight. Oh, that's rough. You've been not sleeping well, Hermes, or do you just have a really busy day? There's a website I saw, BetXT, which allows both people to play a board at the same time. Like, both people control it, or both of you get the same board state, and then you get to pick which timeline that you go down. Forgot what it was called, but it would be good for replay review. Oh, yeah. The Silverfish farm is the best early game XP farm for now. I saw somebody else make one of those. I've never made a Silverfish farm. Both can control. Let me try and find it. Long time no see, Jeremy. How is everything? Things are going good, I think. Don't smoke. As good as things can get. I'm usually busy most evenings, but my student canceled again on Thursday. It seems like he cancels a lot on Thursdays because I'm supposed to be teaching from like 8 till 9:30. But he's busy with class, so I'll see him on another day. Yeah, but yeah, I'm busy, and busy's a good thing, right? Busy means, you know, you don't spend too much time fooling around. Busy means you're making money. So having money is nice. You know, I'm a money enjoyer. Anyways, yeah, so Hermes, you can actually hop on if you like, or not if maybe it's a personal email or whatever, but I did send you the link. So we're supposed to be working at round 7. So when you get here to round 7, right, I think what could have been done, oh, I think I already put a comment here. So another opportunity to solve a height difference in the 3 wide well. In what columns are we? 5, 6, and 7. So, you know, I'm being very generous with the term well. So the lowest point of your board, I guess you could call the well. So I would consider this a 3 wide well. So there's an opportunity to put the L piece like this upright, and then your S piece over here on the right side to make your overhang. And then, you know, if you want to go for the T-spin single, that's fine. So let's whip this out. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to flash you guys. That sounds really bad when I say whip it out and flash you guys. So when you're in this position, right, you can do like this, right? And then you can choose to do a T-spin single like this. I think probably a better way to do the T-spin single would be like this, right? When you do that, then all of a sudden, whoa, you open up possibilities for like that, right? If you do this, do that, you could do something like this, right? It's nice to have this new well in the center. Not that this is that bad either. Then you can start going into, I don't know, you can start going into like 9-0 or 09. But certainly I would prefer to do that. Is a review for Hermes? Yeah, it is. May I be your student? What do you need help with, Kirby? In prep for the VTuber tournament? Oh, is there a VTuber tournament? Yo, I can whip out my PNG tuber model. Does that count? And hopefully U rank. Yeah, I hope that you can get to U rank, Hermes. You ended last season SS rank, and I think you just got back to SS rank. That's crazy. What, whipping it out and flashing? I did it respectfully. Hi Leo, how are you? MX Moss Sketchers. Okay, we'll check this out later. Let me open it for later. Thanks, Mossy. Yeah. Notice the flat, the flat 3 wide base. Okay. And note the L piece that can be used to solve a 1 high height difference. This is an opportunity to go for a T-spin single. Oh, thank you for contributing to the sticker sheet. Oh, Mel's gonna be so busy. Mossy, my man. Are you friends with Mossy? I can't say that I'm well acquainted. Know that much about Mossy. Although the name sounds a bit familiar. Maybe I've seen them on some leaderboards or in some discords or something. For TSS. Well, like, even like something else that I didn't consider is that you could, this is not good, but this is a possibility, and knowing all your possibilities is never bad, right? So what do you have? Well, this is a little bit awkward. I wouldn't go for that. I'd definitely go for this. For TSS, you have, and the upcoming S piece that can be used, that can be the overhang in, what do I want to put it in? 8 plus 9. Can't you put it to the right and make a TSD? The Z piece? The Z piece isn't there. Yeah, no, sorry. The Z piece is here and here in Fortress, but it's not present here. Like, if you wanted to, I guess you could do like this, right? And wait for this, right? Use the L piece, put the S piece on the left side, but I don't really like this as much. This might not be too bad. I guess there's an O piece coming up too. It might not be too bad. But personally, I would have just done, we'll just do this right away. This is what I would have gone for. It's hard to explain in text. I know, right? So that's why it is very hard. So that's why I'm very, like, I do my best to make things absolutely clear when I say stuff. So I specifically say like which column it goes in, and if there's confusion about the orientation, like I would say like, oh, it's upright or it's upside down or sideways or something like that. And you know, when worst comes to worst, I provide a diagram. S piece 8th, 9th, L from hold and center, then Z piece. S piece in the 9th column. So is that what I said earlier? Like, just get rid of these, right? So L piece from the hold column goes here. S piece goes here. You could just put an S piece here and then another Z piece here that's upcoming. Is that what you mean, Kevin? I mean, that's fine too. I just personally would have taken the T-spin single. Because if I get to take the T-spin single, then what? Then I can do stuff like, maybe I can put the S piece over here. Maybe I like that a little better. My for low's not sync with the replay. What you mean? Right, this is it not the same? Is this not what we're both working from? So L, right? You take the L from the hold, put the S piece here. Now what you have a T piece, right? You have a T piece in your hold, right? Because you have to, the border's the same but not the Q. I'm not using this Q at all. I'm just drawing the pieces in. Sorry if that's confusing. I'm just looking here and seeing what pieces we have. Right, so I've placed this L and I've placed this here. Let me turn this gray. Maybe that makes it a little bit more obvious. Right, you can highlight like that. You don't have to hold the S piece. Just place it in the column. Yeah. Well, I mean, like, either way, you get to this point, you either have the T in your hold or the T is out already. Okay, so like, let's work in it from reverse, right? So exactly if we take over from this point, is a perfect hour to use the website? Sure, all right. How do I share this? Okay, so let me draw on the board. So it looks like this. Okay, the Q is, can I not edit the Q? Is there no Q edit? What does this do? I could do that. So the Q should be what? STSZLO. Current hold should be an L. Okay. So now what? All right. Oh, sorry. I'm missing a piece here. It should look like that. Okay. Okay, whatever. The colors are not important. I'm erasing stuff. So this is what we're working with. Is it a multiplayer Fortress? I guess. Is Fortress even a game? Does that count? Okay. Go ahead. Oh, can I not go until it's your turn? Is that how it works? I thought I was just gonna let you take over and show me. How do you undo? It's just I don't know. There's no undo button. There's no undo button. Hold on. Undo. It's Q. It's Q. There we go. Might have to change controls to unbind. Control Z might work by default. Yeah, I figured it out. It was it's Q. All right, go on, Kevin. Show me, because I'm not sure if I see what you mean. Okay, Kevin is changing the Q. This is what I see in the replay. Yeah, that's also what I see. So wait, where'd the piece go? What's going on? Is this what you intend to show me? This can't be right. Control. I said it's Q. Press Q, guys. Q is undo. How neat. All right, this is not. All right, no. After we work out all the kinks, it'll be fine. Okay. Oh. You're right. What did I do wrong? Wait, how did you get to that Z piece without placing this S piece first? There's two S pieces. You ate the S piece. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that you have to have this, you have to put this here. Or I guess you could put it here if you wanted to. Yeah, you can put that there if you want. The Sketchers. Oh, I didn't even realize the name was up here. Sketchers is pretty name. It's pretty funny. So like, I guess you could put that there, but I don't prefer that as much as I prefer. Like I don't. Oh gosh. Okay. Like a sketchboard with Tetris. Yeah, I prefer this. Like I like that better. But anyways, this is all getting very convoluted. So my idea is just basically, I would prefer to have taken the T-spin single, right? Then you don't have to delay any more pieces. You don't have to build up that awkward S piece, or although you could put it on the left side. So there's an opportunity to go for TSS, but you know, honorable mention, I'll put it in there. Or TSD if you are willing to wait a bit longer. Any T-spin will be better. Okay, so the reason why I liked this solution better is because it lets you put your well in the center. I think if you do this, right, if you take the T-spin double, you get this awkward center well. It's not that big of a deal, right, because you're at the bottom You're in no danger, no garbage on the board. But I think that it's better to practice keeping a non-even well. I'm questioning myself on Leo. Did I eat the S piece? Yeah, there's two S pieces. You have to use both of them before you use the Z piece because you have this T piece on hold. It's okay, Kevin. Honestly, I was also like thinking about, oh, is there a better way to do this? Or, you know, sometimes we miss stuff. X Plus, by the way, yeah, our resident X Plus player here. It's okay, man. I'm not trying to say like, oh, you know, we all have our bad days. It just happens. Not a big deal. Anyways, I like this better. I like the choice to be able to put this right down the middle, right? And then what? We do that. We take the T-spin single. We have this S and the Z piece. Maybe in the end we end up having to do this anyways with the pieces that we've been given. Because then we have the S on hold. Yeah, maybe we end up doing this anyways, huh? Well, it's not a big deal. I'm not really seeing anything else out of this. I mean, I guess you could do this, but this is like not really that much better. Maybe even worse. Maybe you could think of doing something like this. Get your eyepiece here. This isn't that much better. So I think that in the end, we ended up just kind of debating over nothing, really. Really like the board state. Yeah, it's not great. You kind of just have to upstack at this point. And I guess that's the nice thing is like, at least there's no garbage underneath here. Because if you had this, like let's say you're all the way up here, and then you had this board state. Well, actually, that's a really good board state. If you had something like this, you'd be like, you do this like completely differently, right? You wouldn't be able to. I mean, actually, that's actually make it amazing. I take it back. Let me put the well over here, somewhere less convenient, right? And then what? Then it'd be like, you probably do something like this, and then take the T-spin single. Yeah. So, okay. TSD if you're willing to wait a little bit longer. So maybe we'll just leave it at that for now. Just say that, hey, there's potential, there's damage you're leaving on the table. So over here, this is an opportunity to like correct a height difference, right? Put the Z piece over here. J piece, oh, not J piece. Actually, probably it, but that's there. Yeah, so right here, I'm seeing that this L piece would go really well to make that high difference. The Z piece, J piece work perfectly over here. Felt the rest of that well. S piece that's coming up could be used over here. I piece, yeah, oh. Could do something like. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking you put the I piece over here. You put the Z piece over here, J piece here. Then you get that. Oh, sorry, S piece. Piece. Stack is not a bad decision, but maybe that's because I'm too used to speed advantage. That's true. Like, Hermes is usually playing around like 2.1, 2.2 PPS. And also usually not as efficient as you, and also less bursting potential. Have you been seeing Mech Heart in TL by any chance? I haven't played TL in a few days, maybe a week now. But I didn't see anybody going for Mechanical Heart, but that seems like, it just seems like Mech TSD, right? So the people get noob trapped into it. So I'd expect people maybe at like, maybe S plus or maybe even SS if they're really fast at it to be buying into it and thinking like, oh, this is my free win card or whatever. Saw some people do it in A plus and I saw 2 people do it to me. Yeah, no, I think, yeah, I'd like to believe that by U rank people are like not doing mechanical T-spin or mechanical heart. I've tried it in TL, it's not good against anyone who sends any type of opener garbage. Needs a good speed gap for it to be decent. Okay, I see. And no, it didn't work against me. It's such a gimmick. It is such a gimmick, right? It's just like, to me, any time where you can just turn off your brain right, and just follow a template that somebody else has already done all the work to map out for you, then it's just like, yeah, it's a gimmick. So to me, that's like killing people off of SDPC spin, like doing the C spin and killing people off of that. That's like kind of gimmicky. Four wide is also kind of gimmicky, but I can't explain why, because it doesn't really fit my previous definition where I said like you just turn your brain off, because you actually do have to kind of use your brain, but it's just like so uninteractive where you just don't send anything to them, and then when they send something to you, then you send everything to them, and then the round's over. Unless you're RTX style, it's hard to kill anyone above X rank, but A plus rank they got 14 surge. That kills most of A plus ranks. Exactly. But when you do mechanical heart, right, you don't have to think about where pieces go, right? So you can go really fast, and people in A rank aren't that fast. So of course it thrives at lower skill levels when people have less tools. I think people should go for this. Okay, I'm gonna see what you go for here. Hermes. Okay, things are, ooh, it's a little bit awkward. Because you've left this, I would have said to address this first. I think getting rid of dependencies is very important. Plus, it also will allow you to put the S piece over here instead. Get a quad. Now you get the quad anyways. Okay. Okay, yeah. I don't think there was like too much you could do at this point. Right? You just don't really have a good piece to build an overhang. If only this J piece was a little bit. Like if you really wanted to, you could put the S piece over here and tuck the J piece underneath. But it just seems like a lot of effort and a lot of room for error. What does A rank become? Dude, A rank? I don't know. I think I saw a set where 5Han got lucky and got a mech heart pattern mid game and seemed pretty good, but obviously not easy to make that happen intentionally. Yeah, so it's like it only works in this specific situation where you have nothing on your board, or you have to lock into it mid game. So it's just like, yeah. I can imagine Tetris players in 5 years when everyone has grown accustomed to all spins. I'm not sure if people will grow accustomed to all spins. Like, let's take T-spins for example. I think T-spins have definitely become more popular and more like known, just naturally as the game develops and as people create content to teach people how to play the game, then the skill level just rises. But it's definitely not like ubiquitous, and there's tons of people who are like, oh, I just go fast and I don't do T-spins, right? So if people can't even be like, even after all these years, that T-spinning is not like used by everybody, I don't think all spin will ever become. It requires like practice, and people are like allergic to practice. I say that like it's a bad thing. I don't mean to like look down on people who just want to play for fun and don't practice. But a lot of people don't want to practice. I still meet 9-0ers and 5 high SS. Exactly. People thought a Kaido was crazy a long time ago, so I'm optimistic. I don't know, Kevin. Maybe I'm a doubter. Call me a doubter. I will remain stubborn in not practicing all spins. Dude, if you're not even learning it, how are you expecting these new players to? And like, when I say you don't even learn it, but like, you know it probably better than most players anyways. Hello, doubter. I'm Leo. Yeah. So anyways, in this situation, I think that's perfectly fine. So I'm wondering if you go for a T-spin single here. T-spin double. Okay, it's getting a little bit awkward. I think if you're in this situation, it'd be good to like go back, right? This is perfect to go for a T-spin, like go for a forecast. Okay. Because this is just making more. It's not the worst thing in the world I'm seeing. Like you can do a T-spin here, double, then you can skim with the second T piece and the S piece. And if you just hold and use the J piece, you can actually combo. Yeah, actually. Like look at this, guys. I'm not sure if I like have too much to critique about this besides any like personal stuff. So I do that. So this is here, sorry. This is here, right? You do that, then you get the orange piece there, and then you get the blue piece here. And then you get a quad. It's actually not bad. Let's see what you go for. Okay, no, you didn't see it, but that's okay. Stacking too much over holes over here. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I know that Hermes definitely did not plan to get like this 1, 2, this should be a J piece. 3, like a 3 combo into a quad. That's certainly not what Hermes you decide to do. So I think personally, what is more obvious is to do something like this. You put the L here and then the J here. So let's undo all of that. Oh gosh, there's so much on the board here. No, redo please. So let's go back. So we're at this position, right? I think definitely what would have been better, T-spin here. You put the S here, L here. So what have we used? S. So you put the S piece, you use this T piece, you hold and use this. So the T piece is now in the pocket. Put the L piece here, I piece here, and you get another quad. I think that's a bit more intuitive. Non-stacking over the garbage was the sole thing that got me from SS to U. Yeah, it's crazy how much damage that you just do to yourself by stacking over the well. What was the piece order before 713? Sure, let's go back. Is this far enough back? 1 second backwards? What if I 180 the L piece? Where are you at 180ing it? Yeah. One more piece. Okay, so now we're a second behind. Is this is not. Actually, I'll go back. 180 the L piece. Where would you want a 180 it, Leo? It's pretty hard to predict garbage, yeah. Yeah. So like, you know, in a perfect world, you would have like not put this S piece here. Right? You would have just, I don't know, stuck it somewhere else pretty much. Actually, it would have been perfect right here. Then you do a quad, fill in the rest of the gap, and you get another T-spin. Okay, so what am I gonna say? I'm just gonna say there's a missed forecast opportunity here. 17. Missed forecast TSD opportunity. Paying attention to the well not only helps you downstack more efficiently, but also enables you to stack overhangs prematurely. Using S piece in, where are we putting it? In 7 + 8. Paying attention to the well not only helps you downside more efficiently, but prematurely. All right, let's see. From spawn, counterclockwise, dash left. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna have to come back over here. From the current state. You trying to put it in here? No, surely not. From spawn. Okay, so let's say you have an L piece. Counterclockwise, dash left. I'm not seeing it, dude. Unclean TSS dono? Am I in the right state? This can't be right. Hi Nicole, thank you for the bit. thank you for contributing to the sticker channel. We're getting pretty close. We're about 30k away. 33,000 points away. Something can't be right. I'm missing something, Leo. What? Oh! Okay, I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean. Oh, take the TSS. There's no way. I can't encourage somebody to do that. No. You guys are like the devil whispering in my ear. Is it even that bad though? Like you could do this and then you have the eyepiece coming up. I mean, it's... Okay, listen. I would never in a million years spot this. Maybe that's not true, but I would not spot this in the heat of the moment. So there's no way I can tell Hermes, like, you should have done this instead. Okay, I can only, you know, say, this is what I see. This is what I see in this position. This is what I would have done. I can't say, you know, if you played perfectly and saw the board as I do, then you would have done all this thing. You would have went for this. Like, I can't sit here and pretend to be Blockfish or ZZTOJ, okay? Okay, we burnt the food. Leo, you're mad. I know, right, Hermes? This is what I get in my ear. These people whispering in my ear whenever I do this. But it's funny. But that's the good thing, right? They're not wrong. It is, you can fix it, you can clean it, and it lets you get that teaspoon single earlier. Whether or not you should get it earlier, I guess that's a personal decision as well as like a subjective. Like maybe you really want to send them a teaspoon single because you think it will really disrupt them. So it's not wrong to consider that possibility. You guys know like thought exercises, right? Where you take some sort of, maybe even like a insane, or not insane, but like a very, like an absurd, sorry, that's the word I was looking for. You come up with some sort of like really absurd situation and then you try to extract meaning or some sort of philosophy from it. Like take the trolley problem. How often are you like at the switch to control where the train is running and you get to divert the train to either a track that has 5 people on it or a track that has 1 person on it? Like that doesn't happen very often. It's a thought experiment. But you know, it raises these implications about like what counts as doing harm to other people, or like what's more important, like the value of 5 lives or not causing yourself a moral injury by taking or actively contributing to somebody's death. Now that's a very serious conversation, but now let's, you know, dial it back and talk about Tetris. Just like we can go for these crazy setups, because sometimes there's some sort of edge case where it actually matters. And then you'll be all the better for having practiced it. The value of 5 lives with this cool TSS. Exactly. You know, one day somebody will be like, yo, are you going to pull the switch and kill 5 people? Or are you going to do this teaspoon single? I think it's fun to see what other players have to offer. Exactly. Yeah. So you can learn something from anybody and from any situation. Okay. But I mean, I think you played this fun. Okay, well, I wouldn't have done that. I definitely would have gone for a teaspoon single on the side here. So 020 missed TSD opportunity. So I mean, there's a million different opportunities that you'll always miss, right? Because there's so many possibilities of how you can stock the board. But I will typically point out teaspoons that you miss when you have a T on hold. Right? When you have a T on hold, that meant that you could have immediately done that T-spin. There was immediate play that you missed. And there's like no speculation. Hi Rad, thank you for contributing to the sticker sheet challenge. What's your favorite Pokemon? If you play Pokemon and are interested in Pokemon. I'm not sure if I actually know the answer to that, Rad. Maybe I might see that pattern again. I'll take the crazy TSS. Like, I mean, sometimes it matters. Sometimes it matters. Sometimes it might be optimal. There's definitely a situation around here where doing a donation is actually the optimal down stack, rather than just like straight up, you know, clearing the lines and getting a quad. And I mentioned it somewhere earlier around here. I just don't have pictures yet. So, okay, what opportunity did we miss here? Go back, take a picture. Go over here. What did we miss here? We missed this. Z piece over here. S piece. L piece. Then O piece. Right? You could have done all of this. And I don't think it's like out of the realm of possibility to spot. Like you look at this, you see, okay, I have an even well on this side. I have the opportunity to build the overhang on this side with this Z piece that I've got right here. And like, you know, there's a few pieces that could have gone here, right? You could have done this. Right, if you had a J piece, an L piece, a little bit awkward because it's not complete here, but I mean, you can still get a T-spin single and maybe skim this off later, or do something about that. The square obviously is like the best piece over here. So like you have 3 pieces, and if you just examine your stack 1 second, you see, okay, I have the square piece. That means I can build my stuff out of order. I can build my overhang first and wait for my O piece to come, right? And then when you get to this point, well, I guess I would have really only gone for this if I knew that I had an S piece coming up. So the S piece is right there. Just don't trust anything Jeremy says. Always look for the greediest possible option. I mean, I bet there's players that are better than me who abide by that principle. And like, they would not be wrong to tell other people to play the same way that they do. But I can't, as like an educator, I feel like I can't really tell people to do things in a way that I don't think makes sense, or a way that I would not, or to do something that I personally would not have done, right? Like a good leader, a good teacher doesn't like teach you anything that they don't believe in, or at least if they do, they disclose that like, I would not have done this, or I don't think that this is safe, or I don't think this is the right way or the most efficient way to do it. Okay, so missed TSD opportunity. You have a center well with even sides. Although the left side is missing a few blocks. I'm missing a few squares. A quick check into the queue reveals that you have the perfect piece for the job. And O piece. And you currently hold a Z piece, which would be an excellent candidate for an overhang, especially, I can't spell, especially in conjunction with the upcoming S piece to fill the stack in 9 plus 10. I gotta go back and add something. In 3 plus 4. Quick check. Perfect piece to fill this gap. An O piece. You currently hold a Z piece, which would be an excellent count. In 7 plus 8 plus 9. Especially in conjunction. Hello, intentionally giving bad advice. Don't listen to me. I'm Leo. I'm intentionally giving bad advice. Don't listen to me. Damn it, Leo. I thought you were Leo Val 328. Actually, his name is Leoval, not Leo Val. We've been saying it wrong. You should not trust someone who would make an S piece disappear when trying to demonstrate a scenario. True. Yeah. So, yeah, putting this here is also just not good. Placing the Z in 4 plus 5 also just creates a J dependency, which cannot be fulfilled. Well, actually, you know what? Before you place that piece, you didn't even know when the J piece was coming. So like, that is like some blind faith to trust that you're just gonna get the piece that you need. Okay, for another 5 pieces or so, right? After you place that, then you get the J. You gotta get rid of 5 pieces first before you get to this J. So it's like, now all of a sudden you can't place anything over here. Maybe you can put the O piece over here and the L piece. But now you have this very flat side. You have this flat board and, actually it's not too bad, right? It's the TS. Well, anyways, it's just a bit awkward. Like you don't even have an I piece Right, no eyepiece to bail you out of this if things start going south. I would start counting to 4 after making that dependency. Like over here, you'd make count of 4. I mean, you could. I would elect to just upstack it. Okay, I mean, you make it there, right? But something earlier that I mentioned, I think maybe right here in round 4, where pretty much you were playing pretty good. You made one dependency and just instantly lost right away. So let me come back to round 7. Let's go back to round 4. Round 4, right? So everything is chilling, right? You played pretty good for like a minute, right? Getting the nice T-spins in, no big deal. Okay, you know, skimming a little bit, but it's not the end of the world. Okay, you get into a little bit sticky situation, but no, you handle it. It's fine. Everything is chill. Everything's cool. Okay, let me fast forward a little bit. So we watch, right? So everything looks good. Good T-spins, right? Good use of that. You were about to skim, you correct yourself. You switch to the O piece to make that overhang. Boom. Okay, now we're over here. We wait. We have 2 eyepieces, so we go ahead and we down stack. So everything looks good. Everything's looking cool. So let's just fast forward a little bit, right? Things are going fine. Okay, that's a little bit awkward place to put it, but I think you had no choice because you already had your eyepiece on. You already held your other piece. Let's skip a little bit ahead. Okay. Okay, so we're approaching the moment that pretty much loses the round. Okay, that was cool too. Okay, we keep the well open, right? This is great playing. This is great. This is great. And this is it. You made a J dependency. Boom. You immediately eat like a bunch of damage in overtime, or sorry, in margin time. Like I think you had a way out from here, but like that one decision to make the overhang or to make that dependency just like instantly got exploited. So if you never put yourself in that position, you can't get exploited like that. You can't get punished. So this is why I wrote, it's important to avoid getting in the habit of making dependencies. Most of the time, making dependencies doesn't matter. Until it does matter, and you just instantly lose. So that's why it's just like, sometimes I'm hesitant to pick on like, oh, you placed this one like a little bit in a bad spot, but like it turned out okay. But then when you do the same thing in a different situation, you just lose for it. Then it's like, well, you shouldn't have done that. Hi, Farhan, how are you? No place T over garbage? Okay, well, we'll go back and look at it. So this is why it's like people will stress about things that don't really seem to matter, but in Tetris everything counts. Like literally every piece you put down, like the pieces remain on the board and they influence the next piece after that, which then go on to influence the next piece after that. And kind of in the same way, the dependencies that you make, they have influences immediately on the way that you're going to stack and affect your options. Who am I coaching? I'm coaching Hermes. So pretty much I kind of came back to this point because I was talking about how I think the round was pretty well played up until, oh, I clicked on the wrong one at round 4. The round I thought was like going pretty good, you know, some close calls, but then, you know, Hermes saves it. Cool. Like I don't think you should have held there. Definitely should have went Z piece, S piece, I, but whatever, no big deal. Okay, so we go down. Let me just skip a little bit farther ahead. So I think things were going fine here. Things are chilling. We're chilling. Right? And not even in like that vulnerable of a position at this point. Okay. And then here we go, right? This is not a bad position, right? You're at the bottom of the board, but you're in margin time. So your attacks are just going to be like 50% stronger. Watch this. Boom. Make the dependency. Boom. Immediately take 7, 8 lines of damage almost, and then the next thing comes. I think there's a lot of lag too or something. Something must be happening. What did they do? They did a combo of a single into a TSD into a quad. It sends 14 and just obliteration. Tetris is a whole butterfly effect, exactly. So, you know, if you ever feel like, man, why is it so important to like care about every single piece? It's because every single piece does matter. It's just you don't see how it matters until, well, you lose. Okay. And I mean, there's a way out of here. There is there a way out of here? Yeah, we could kinda. Like if you put the J piece upright, you put the Z piece over here. No, you put the Z piece upright. Actually, I don't know if that kills you or not. You skim with the L piece. You do a 180, or sorry, you do an L spin over here. You use your I piece over here. Like, okay, we're getting into too many hypotheticals here, but that's my point. Hi, Mr. Gummy. There are 10 people streaming Tetris. I'm the only one with no viewers on a 1-hour stream. Mr. Gummy, have you been streaming a long time? Or are you here to let people know that you want them to come tune in? Like, sorry, when I say when you've been streaming a long time, like, are you like new to streaming, or? Because like I've been streaming for a few years and the people who are watching are my friends and I hang out on other people's streams. So that's why people are coming to hang out here. And you know, Mr. Gummy, it's okay if you want to talk about, like, I don't have a rule against self-promotion, but you know, I think it would be nice if maybe you didn't come in here with a tone that sounds like you're complaining and stuff, or that in a way that you're like begging for people to come watch, right? Be a friend, and then, you know, people will want to come hang out and be a friend to you too. Anyways, let's get back to round 7. So we were halfway through round 7 around here. So, sorry, let me scroll back down. So we're about 20 seconds in. Yeah, okay, sure. So let's go here. So 20 seconds. So I said, okay, this is not good. It just creates a dependency. Okay, so we were pretty much right here. You fix the dependency, no big deal. So what I think you could have gone for here, you had a few choices. So this is a 1 height difference, right? There's a 1 height difference. So you could, let me pull this up. You could, right? I normally suggest, like, if you're good with LST stacking, you'll know right away, hey, I can use an L piece like this to even out the height. Use a second L piece and do like that. Another option that you have available, put your T piece like that to even out the heights, as well as, I guess, build up the wall a little bit to the side. L piece like that. Right, this does waste your T piece, but you know, you're not actually hindered from going for your I piece, so it doesn't actually put you in any danger. I guess one more, like, if you did this, like, what would you do next? You even have a T piece on hold, actually. I just realized you're dying of loneliness. I'm sorry to hear that, Mr. Gummy. You want to come hang out over here? I'll come follow you, so I'll see, you know, what your Tetris streams are like. Maybe I can stop by next time. I'm often online at weird hours. Tea in the hold, yeah. So yeah, I honestly think that probably the most ideal thing to do is probably do that. That explains you stream sniping Jeremy right now. Yeah. Well, you know, you're welcome here. Okay, Mr. Gummy, if Tetris is your thing, then you're in the right place, because everybody here is... Well, I wouldn't say everybody here, like, plays Tetris as much as me, but definitely there's an interest. College made me start sleeping at 4 a.m. Oh no, Kevin. Is it really that busy? So the thing that I like about this too is, like, you can even start, like, kind of doing stuff like that, right? This, like, begets more T-spins, right? If you can somehow, I don't know, do something like this, right? Start putting T-spins on T-spins. You're just becoming degenerate. It's because there's nobody at home to hold you accountable to a schedule, right? Mom and dad are not like, Kevin, why are you always sleeping in and stuff? They'll follow you, then get confused on the way to watch. Nice one, mind swept. And I'm not sure if anybody else here will understand that joke, because I don't know if anybody else here watches confused. But anyways, I think there's some missing. So yeah, 0.23. There are a few opportunities to even out the height difference. Yeah, so I'm noticing, like, earlier on, I kind of was picking more on your down stacking decisions. And But now I feel like, I don't know what happened, but this half of the match, you tend to be just like stacking pretty all right. But just missing a lot of damage. And is a damage that I think you should have seen. Maybe not. Because you're an SS rank, right? So you obviously won't see the same things that people in U rank would, but hopefully, like, I want you to see this as like an opportunity to expand your vision, Hermes. So even out the height difference, you could have chosen to, do you know of this website? The first downstack practice that makes sense to me. I have not seen this, but I like this. Is this like some, do you guys know what happened to the two wide puzzle thing? Because I wanted to do that the other day and then it never, like I couldn't get the link to work. So yeah, that was a bit weird. There are a few opportunities you could have chosen to use an upright L piece in columns 4 and 5 to increase the left side by 1 square, 1 block, left side height by 1 block, and then use the next L piece to fill the stack in 2 plus 3. 2 wide works for me. Okay, 2 dot what? Like this, right? Is that how it works? Oh, what the heck? Oh, I want rush mode. Wait, what? It works again? Yo, I swear, like a year ago or like a few months ago, I tried doing this. It didn't work. One thing I've been thinking about a lot is when to prioritize attack and upstack versus downstack. Okay, perfect, right? At the top. I do try to address this, right? Assess your board, right? Learning to see when it's safe to attack and when it's safe to downstack. Especially if you're not like a faster player and you can't kind of just like outspeed your way out of a situation or quickly switch or quickly stack up an attack in the middle of your downstack. It's important to know when to attack and downstack. So pretty much here's like my rule of thumb. Like upstack when the board is low, meaning like it's below halfway and no damage is incoming. Or if you do have garbage on the board, if all your wells are aligned, so if you don't have cheese pretty much, it's okay to upstack. Then you need to focus on downstacking when the board is jagged. So this is like kind of borderline getting a little bit jagged, but you do have the open well. So if like your board looked like this, and there's definitely an example that I took a picture of earlier or something, where pretty much the left side of the board is like a checkerboard pattern. It's like sawtooth, right? And I'm like, that is really not good. So in that situation, you would either want to maybe skim a few lines or do something to remedy that board state. Also, it's good to upstack when you have an odd size well, right? Because then you can stack for the T-spins. When you have an even sized well, you either need to like skim it or you need to put like an eyepiece in it in order to narrow the well a little bit. It did die at some point, but it got better. Okay. Jeremiah inting IRL. Wait, what am I inting? Jeremiah inting, right? Wait, are you talking about how I didn't know that what was going on with too wide? I swear I checked a few times too. And I'm like, it's not working. Like I can't find it. And all of a sudden it's back. I'm being gaslit, okay? I'm being gaslit by this website. Okay, maybe we could even pull up some other people's replays, or I could even pull up my own replays, although I'm probably gonna cringe when I look at them. So, yep, this looks okay. What did you choose to do? Okay. Oh, Hermes. You had a few choices here, right? So obviously, you have a T-spin double opportunity, and maybe it's a little bit risky to go for since you know, all of this, right? Okay, that's fine. Then what? You have this opportunity to put this J piece to the left, or maybe or you could put the L piece over here, because then it only adds one line here and makes it perfect for this quad that's coming up. Kevin 828 replay review. We could watch it, Kevin. Oh, geez, sorry, I bumped my desk, so my camera's gonna be shaking. Okay, and then you, like, if you were gonna do that, you should have stacked it in such a way that, you should have put this L piece flat. That way it would make it easier for this I piece to go down. But like when you do this, then it's like, uh-oh, you put 2 lines here, but you're not clearing all 4 lines afterwards. So the other thing that I wrote over here, up here, is, oh, actually I didn't write it in here. Oh, I know. There's a piece where there's an average. No, where is it? Where is it? Pretty much what I want to express is like, you really need to be always thinking about how do I line up my pieces such that my eyepiece goes in the into the deep well. I should add VOD review redeem as well. Oh, I think that would go pretty hard. Imagine you just sit there, you're like, you could have built an Altair here actually. Altair review. Just yeah, you missed Altair here. You missed Altair there. Should have done that. That'd be really funny. But of course I would love to see, honestly, like I could use some critique of my TEC gameplay, because dude, I don't know, I lose a lot, and I feel like I just play it the exact same way I play like Gestris or Detrio. Anyways, yeah, so like what do I have to say about this? Like you have to either make it so that your eyepieces end in quads, or if you're gonna start using them for down stacks, and you have a limited amount of eyepieces, right? You don't have just these forever, right? You have to make sure that piece goes down there, or at least opens this well up, so that way the next time you get an eyepiece, you can go down, right? So like, what would I even said here? Like, okay, like if you were gonna start skimming here, like, I guess if you were gonna have to start skimming here, you would want to, jeez, I don't know, man. If you were gonna start skimming here, like it definitely should have been like this. Should have been like this. 1, 2, and then the S piece that's coming up. Oh, S piece is not coming for a while. So J piece goes here. Well, you have a T piece on hold. The T piece should go here. Okay, somebody's knocking on my door again. 1 second. Sorry about that. My dad needed to pay me back for something that I bought. I'll just play that. Yay, VOD review. Hi, Cloudy. How are you? I told TJ he at the start of an Altair earlier. All right, mine's swept. You're already halfway there to VOD reviews. I always miss dropping the most heinous ways in TC. I don't know why. I think hasn't it just got to be because the handling is so weird? Or sorry, it's not weird. It's so different. And you probably have thousands of hours of muscle memory in Tetrio and just sprinting and stuff. So of course it's gonna feel a little bit different. I want to count to 4, but I really don't know how to count to 4. No. Money. I'm good. How are you? I'm doing good, Cloudy. I'm busy most weeknights, but my student tends to cancel on Thursday nights, which means I can play Tetris and come hang out. How's I've been like lurking whenever you're streaming, or maybe I haven't been lurking, but I heard you talking about how like sometimes streaming or just being online is tiring to have to talk to people, interact and stuff. So hopefully, I hope you've been getting a lot of rest and stuff. I did mention he had no idea what that was, but it was still there. Yeah, that's really funny actually. Tell people about stuff they missed that they don't even understand what it is. Anyways, yeah. So in this case, yeah, what I wanted you to have seen is you do that, which completes the count to 4, right? Do this. Like, so what really do you need? You just need to fill up this area. These are the 3 critical blocks. So that way you can do the quad, right? And I guess the other important thing is not putting anything in up here, right? So as long as you fill these 3 squares and didn't put anything here, I did not know you could even draw up here. Wait, how come I can't? Okay. Oh crap. Like, yeah, sorry. I'm getting distracted, but pretty much counting to 4, getting these dirty Tetrises or dirty quads or whatever is a lot about counting. Literally, you just need to look here, you need to count. I have 3 blocks here, I need to put something here. And I need to not put something over here. I don't really know what else like to say besides whenever I'm in this situation, I count on my board how many lines do I need to add, where do I need to not put pieces. So yeah. Took a day off from the stream this week and I feel a lot better. It sucks to consistently cancel this, but glad you can come hang out. It's not a big deal. I mean, of course it'd be nice to have the income, but I see him like 2 other times in the week too, so it's not too bad, and he's probably gonna be okay for the subject. Yeah, and he's not my only student. Like I was teaching piano earlier. Otherwise, I might have streamed at a different time. Okay, so what am I gonna say? You know, the height difference. So when I'm here, so obviously we've already talked at length about this situation, but I will put it into the replay review so that way you can review it at your own time. Excuse me, refer to this example later. Missed a few chances to count to 4 and get a clean quad while opening up the well. In this situation, you should literally count how many lines are on top of your well. Oh, this sounds cool. To determine how many more lines you need to add to determine exactly how many more lines you need to add after you realize that you only need to add 1 more row of squares. Then you need to pick the appropriate piece that does not obscure the well in column 4. Both L and J laid sideways accomplish this. So what did you end up doing? Okay. The important thing here is that you are always thinking of how to manipulate the residue in order for the eyepiece to arrive in time to at the right time and clear that quad. Hi Andrew, what's up? Funny you say you teach piano because I'm starting to be a piano technician. Oh, for real? I had no idea. Wait, a piano technician. So does that mean like you do like piano tuning and stuff? You want to come tune my piano? It's pretty out of tune. It hasn't been tuned in a while, but it's good enough for my students because they're only using the middle register anyways. You added VOD review to redeem? Okay. Actually, how do you save replays from TC? Do you have to like either have them streamed? The matches have to be streamed and submit that? There's no recording software or replays captures. That's part of the game, right? Yeah. Okay. The important thing is that you're always thinking of how to manipulate the residue in order for the eyepiece to arrive at the right time and clear the quad. This is essential for, well, clutching out for performing clutch saving down stacks. What am I trying to say? Round saving down stacks, as well as landing multiplier huge combos that end in a quad. I would if you lived in or near northern Ohio. Oh, that's too bad. You think you could do it remotely? You think you can work something out here? I'm kidding. Is it really hard, Mindswept? Because I've never like really, not that I want to be a piano tuner or piano technician, sorry. But I wonder, is it just something that you have to go to school for? Is it something that you need to go to college for? I don't know if I've ever really thought about it. I really like this song. This is Endless Summer. Or what's it called? Eternal Summer? Something like that by Seikara. Might need some other work if it's been a while and it's been seen though. Since it's been seen. It's not hard, just time consuming, highly detail oriented, which I am, so it works out perfectly for me. Nice. Everlasting Summer, that's what it is. Yeah. So when I heard the song, I'm like, oh, I really like it. And like I like the vocalist who's singing on it, and like I just knew that she was some sort of like VTuber. Then one day I realized, I'm like, I've never like heard of this VTuber before, so I went and checked her out, and she's like super degenerate, or maybe not degenerate, but like it does not match the vibe of this song at all, which I thought is very funny. Yeah, it's Bao. You can't hear it. Oh, sorry. Let me do that. Yes, it's Bao. So I didn't really know who Bao was. I just like listened to this guy's music. She's DGen AF. Okay, yeah, okay. So then I saw a bit of her content. I'm like, oh, this is not what I expected. Sorry, I didn't realize you guys couldn't hear it. On like my volume slider in on OBS, it showed like the volume was about like 50% of my microphone. So yeah. Okay, so let's move on from here because you ended up winning this round, Hermes. So surely. Okay, nice. You get the teaspoon. Okay, so at this point, like, I'm not even sure how much that I should say because when you're at this point. Okay, no, that's not a good idea. I was thinking you could go for a fractal. So you put the J piece upright like this. Then you put the S piece like that. Okay, no, I would not tell you to do that. Okay, so I would love to see if you wait or you try to land this T-spin. Okay, let's go, let's go. Nicely played. Okay, well, I didn't know what you were going to do there, but I think the rest of that round went well. So let's talk about round 8 and 9, which are unfortunately where your opponent came back and ended up taking the hits. Yeah. Wait, don't smoke. Do you regularly watch her? I don't really know too much about it. I don't even remember what I saw. Sorry, I started looking at your opponent's screen. Okay. Okay, this is great, right? So I like that you recognize that you can stack out of turn, so out of order. You can put the overhang before you complete the rest of the row. Okay, I want to see, do you do a S prop or ST stacking? No, it was almost glorious. Oh, you almost had it, Hermes. Right, so if you just, let's put this here. So at 008, missed S donation. I guess you can call this a donation. Placing the S upright, or it's not upright, I guess in, what's that, 5, 6, and 7? Is the basic shape of ST stacking and can be used to solve two high height differences. Yeah, I know, right? Hindsight, man, makes us all look like fools. I don't really watch streams often, but I used to watch your clips and highlights a lot. Okay, I see. No worries. Yeah, I don't really know too much about her, except that I did not get a good impression from the first time I searched her clips up on YouTube. So yeah. Okay, so surely here you see, yeah, okay, that's good. Okay, let's see, do you notice it? No! Wait, it's not over yet? Oh no! Oh, Hermes, you almost had it again, right? Put that over here. Put that upright again. Yeah, and just so you know, SC stacking, right? It looks... Is that Waltzing Wizard? No, it's not. It just reminds me of his stuff, right? So this... Oh gosh, this is a tiny picture. Oh my god, what am I looking at? Okay, I want a better picture. That's larger. Is this a Garbo video or something? Or is this... It's Kes, okay. Yeah, so pretty much you can just spam your S pieces on top like that. I guess if you want to see someone who's really impressive with it, I think Z2Sam's good at it, but I haven't really seen anything from Z2Sam much lately. I know that Swing, well, it's not even Swing because he doesn't have an I in his name, but he's really good. He plays like, he can play like 4 or almost 5 PPS with his ST stacking. So you could check out Swing. Swing 314, I think. Let me just check. Swing 314. Yeah, this guy's really good at doing ST stacking. So you can check him out. You think their name is KZL now? Swing? Or do you mean Waltzing Wizard? Are these on Gestrous? I'm not sure which player you're referring to. Swing. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well, you can watch what kinds of things that they do. Not because I want you to become like an ST Blitz main, but because I just want you to, you know, get used to that idea of creating these 2 high differences or solving the 2 high differences with it. So yeah, S donation. Yeah. So pretty much, I think we're getting to the point where all I'm doing is pointing out some basic opportunities to do like some height correction and stuff. There is an opportunity to correct the height the 1 high difference here with a upright J in which 7, 6, and 7. Then you have your pick of Z. Oh gosh, I pressed the Windows key. Z or S as your overhang in 3 plus money, 3 plus 4, or this one would be 6 and 7, or 6 plus 7 respectively. Okay, And you do have a T-piece coming up, but it's okay, right? You put this, this is what I would do. Right, you come over here, you know, it feels a little bit weird, but you're gonna start using your T-pieces to upstack. And over here you get that. So you do this, boom, boom, boom. Oh, sorry, undo that. Boom. Wait, why do I still have a J piece? How do I have a oh, there is a second J piece. You can do stuff like this. And what's really cool is that you can start doing stuff like that, right? You can do kaidans not just at the edge of your board, but you can do kaidans like in the middle of your board. So, boom, you can do something like that. And then if you do something like this, oh, I don't know. Oh, crap, I did not mean to put that there. I meant to put this here. Then when you get to this point, it's a little bit awkward. But here's the other thing that's really good, is that if you ever do something like this and you just don't get the T-piece, so let's say that T-piece you didn't get it, you can always bail out doing an L spin or J spin if it's facing the opposite way. I mean, if you had to, you could do an S spin and then maybe set up the T spin on the side like so. So knowing how to bail is also an important thing. So when you get to here, you can do something like that. And then this is like, oh, it's a little bit awkward. I'm not sure if there's too much you could do unless you're willing to get kind of dirty. Maybe I shouldn't use the word dirty to describe this stack because it sounds really awkward. Right? You could even do something like this. Hanging stuff off the side. So, I don't know, to get the vision for hanging stuff off the side, I just did, oh wow, I cannot control my pieces. Like in this case, you could do something like, wait, no, that doesn't work. Whoops, okay. Anyways, haha, point. Are you making fun of me, Swap? Did I say something silly? Anyways, you have your pick of 0 as your overhang, 6 and 7. Okay, when we get to this point, oh yeah, it's not ideal. I'm already seeing right here that you can correct this 4 high difference with your I piece. Put the J piece over here to do T spin. O piece goes over here, maybe you can get a T spin single. Okay, you do that, which is honestly fine. And okay, great. So I like how that you, whether it was intentionally or not, you end up choosing to do this 2 combo into the quad. Now, you shouldn't always try to do a 2 combo into a quad. Like, it's better if you could do like a 4 combo or like a 5 combo into the quad. But the principle still applies, right? You just want to extend your combo and land it in a Tetris. So if you can just take this idea and just like take it a little bit farther, right? Just think to yourself like, oh, I do have a big well over here. Is it possible for me to downstack in such a way that by the time my I piece gets here, I get to do the quad? Don't haha point, Jeremy. You said if you don't get the T, as you proceed to waste it. No, but I did that on purpose because I said if, like, I was trying to like use the piece up to say like, okay, if I didn't have this piece here right now, it wasn't that I wasn't aware that I didn't have that I had a T piece right away. Hi Itchy, how are you? Oh my god, that's Itchy. Itchy lol 742 jump scare. Sure. Oh, haha, point indeed. Okay. All right, I see how things are. Yes, I know the exact moment that you're talking about too. Right? I know exactly. It's this one right here. You're talking about this piece. Right? I put this here to say like, if you don't get a T piece, so I proceed to waste the T piece so you wouldn't have it. I am real. Kolj is here. Hi Kolj, how are you? Mr. Gummy, thank you for the follow. I hope that if you're still streaming, that it's going well. Maybe some people drop by and you're making friends. How's everybody? How are you, Itchy? How are you, Kolj? Itchy, like, I know you always meme about going biking and stuff, but dude, the weather's been so crap lately. It's like literally every other day the weather flips. So it sucks. You meant earlier, but that counts as well. I don't recall a point where I said, if you don't have a T piece and wasted another T piece, besides that point where I put it right here. So I'll go back and I'll have a look and see what moment you were referring to, but I'll watch it later. I love bipolar weather. I'm good. I ate ice cream today. I also biked today. You biked today in the snow? Blaming Lake Ontario? Yeah. So let's move on, right? So we get to this point. Okay, I think this is fine. Ooh, it's getting... What would I have done here? I think this is like a little bit tricky because you have a completely flat board, which is not really that great for what's coming up next, yeah? I think probably the best thing for you to have done is, or the most safest thing to have done, is to put the eyepiece flat, right? That helps even out this side of the stack. It's really flat over here, and especially if you're gonna put this OP piece here, it's gonna make it even worse. So putting the eyepiece flat like that, then you can actually skim with the you can put the O piece here. Yeah, that's probably what I would do. Sorry for complaining earlier, stream is hard. I Blake Lake, Ontario. Are you Canadian, Mr. Gummy? If you are, that's cool. Welcome to the club. We have a lot of Canadian people around here. Sorry, let me take a picture. So what do I mean? I think it'd probably be best to do something like this. So this is like the fastest and safest thing to do. Right, put this here, do that. What I think the most important thing is, like, once you put this O piece here, like, you already did it because I saw, but it's like, you know, you're not getting another O piece probably for a while. You're getting a bunch of these S and Z pieces. The next best thing probably for you to have done, probably the next best thing for you to do, depends if you're greedy. If you're greedy, you put the S piece here, you have an eyepiece on hold. You put the two eyepieces like this. It covers your well. You're in America. Okay. But I mean, we share border anyways on the Great Lakes, except for Lake Michigan, which is like completely in America. I don't even know why it's called the Great Lake of Ontario, but yeah. Something else that you could have done, I guess another possibility was to put that there, put this here, then what, you have a Z piece and an S piece, because you can put either this here, do a T-spin underneath, but then, you know, you're kind of just out of luck because you don't have any more T pieces for this. So yeah. Anyways, the solution that I was thinking of is probably to put this here, put the Z piece here, maybe put the O piece either on the left side or on the right side, right? And then maybe the S piece can go here afterwards. Then that unlocks this part over here. So let's see if this gets you into any trouble, because I can see your opponent's about to start attacking you. So let's see what's going on here. Okay, so you ended up using both eyepieces there. Not ideal, because, you know, your opponent's attacking you. You'd much rather try to cancel that. You'd much rather save them for quads. I thank Ontario every day for my water. Yeah, you're welcome, Kevin. You better. No, I'm just kidding. Oh gosh. Okay, things are getting a little bit dire over here. I'm seeing O pieces, L piece, Z piece, L piece over here. Oh, never mind. I completely miscounted that. That wouldn't have worked at all. Okay, so over here, Hermes, what I'm seeing is that O piece and an L piece. This kind of looks like the 3 side of the 6-3. S piece goes over here. You get the quad. Okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay, right? Okay, you stack in a way that doesn't cover the well. Fantastic. Oh, and your opponent. Oh, I can't believe you didn't get your opponent here. So over here is another opportunity for count to 4. Surely you take this count to 4, right? You either put the S piece, or sorry, the T piece or L piece here, then the J piece goes here. Okay. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I would have done this. I thought it's much better to just take the quad. Okay. Now what? Okay. So over here, this takes a little bit of a forward thinking. It's crazy how different our brains are, especially in Tetris. Well, I've been playing a long time, so, you know, if you haven't been playing as much as me, then I think it's okay for people to see things differently. How long have you been playing Mr. Gummy? Okay, so this is what I'm seeing right now. I see this. You have a O S Z T I J. You have a Z over here. I'm seeing this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so remember that ST stacking that I was talking about earlier? You know, before I was saying like, oh, if you see like a 2 height difference, you can instantly correct it with an upright S or an upright Z. But if you peel it back a step even further, you can just set up the 2 height difference yourself. Like 8 to 10 years? Sheesh. That's a lot longer than me actually. Your S plus. Well, 8 to 10 years might be like on and off, right? So I've been playing since 2018, I think. 2018, 2017, but I have about 2,000 hours played. So I definitely played. There was a period of time where I had a lot of play time in a very short amount of time. You got that right. Yeah, you were on and off. I think that a lot of people have that relationship with Tetris where they come, where they, you know, they kind of play it in certain periods of their life. And the kind of cool thing about ST stacking is it kind of just like begets itself, right? You can keep doing stuff like that, right? And if I'm waiting, you can do stuff like that. You can never truly quit Tetris. Yeah. It's an addiction, honestly. You can be done with Tetris, but Tetris might not be done with you. Anyways, so I'm not really going to comment that unless Hermes you want me to put that in there, because that is a few steps of thinking. So you have to think about donations. You have to think about how you can intentionally set up a situation where you can use such a donation technique. I would not really be like expecting somebody in SS rank to be thinking that far ahead. Put it in there. All right, sure. I'm happy to. So we're at 043. I gotta go back and check to see if I missed anything up to this point. There is an opportunity to set up to set up the ST/ZT donation. Although I don't think it's really called an ST donation. You would probably just call it an S donation, but I'll call it ST and ZT donation for now, because it's really just ST and ZT stacking. There's along the side of the right side of the board. You can spot this if you can picture placing the O piece in 6 and 7, which creates a height difference of 2. With the right side of the board. This allows you to use a Z, an upright Z piece in 9 plus 10 to complete to make a T-shaped hole. All that is left is to fill in the rest of the stack. Okay, so I guess this is, I'm going to show you on a fortress, right? But when you have, well, let's take this for example, right? And you have something that looks like this. Like right here we have a 3 wide, and it's a little bit awkward because the 3 wide doesn't have, like, you can't access the other side of the board, but these are also great opportunities to get some T-spins in. So we can do the previously mentioned ZT stacking, right? It still works. It works if the well is over here or if it works over here. It doesn't really matter which side that you do it on. So you can do it like that, or you can do it like this. Okay, I was not expecting there to be singing. So let me make that a little bit quieter so that way it's not as distracting, right? But what also a little bit unknown is that you can actually do this, right? Like this is kind of it's actually even kind of similar to, remember that T-spin single thing that Leo was talking about earlier, like doing this. It's kind of like doing this except less clean, right? you can do stuff like this and get a teaspoon single. I believe this specific donation is called the hamburger. The other one's called the SZ prop. Yes, that's what it is. SZ prop, not SZ donation. Because I guess you prop up the piece on its side. You know, whatever helps you remember it. Yeah, this is the hamburger. So I don't know why it's called the hamburger. But yeah, these 3 wide wells are very, very powerful, whether or not they're fully flat at the bottom or partially flat on the side. You'll even find later on, I mean, I don't know if you're that familiar with I don't know if you're familiar with T-spin triples. Oh, sorry, not super T-spin doubles, which is where you do something like this. So these things, if you have a flat 3 wide well, well, it doesn't even have to be even on both sides, but it certainly helps when you do that. You can do 2 T-spins like this, and they both count as T-spin doubles. It has the vibe of a single layer of a single layer hamburger. I guess so. Apparently something about the residue looks like a hamburger, but I don't get it either. It looks like it would be named a hamburger. It was destined. This hole, it was meant for me. If you do it a bunch of them, the green looks like lettuce and the T's look like the patty. Sure. I don't know about all that, but sure. If it helps you guys remember, then sure. If it's just a funny story, that's cool too. Okay, all that's left is to fill in the stack. So like, yeah, like if you wanted to even sorry, let me bring this up. Like, another option that you could have done is to put the O here, put the Z piece here, do a floating T-spin. Boom. That's another thing that you can do. I kind of actually like this because I like putting the overhang on the right side, or at least on the narrow side of my center well. So if you're 6-3 stacking, I prefer to do something like this. Yeah. It's like half of an extended SDP. It kind of, yeah, it kind of is. Kind of. I see it a lot during extended DPC. SDPC, sorry. I feel like I do sometimes see that kind of shape in DPC too. Although I don't really know DPC. I've never used it, so I just kind of have a vague memory from watching other people play Blitz. I feel like we've met before? I don't recall, but if you remember, Mr. Gummy, I'd be happy to talk about it. It could be possible that we've seen each other on somebody else's stream because I watch a lot of Tetris streams. I asked you to review one of my quick play games? For real? One time? Oh. Well, I'm sorry if I never ended up getting that to you. I'd be happy to do that for you at a later time, Mr. Gummy. You did do it? Oh, okay. I'm happy to hear that I follow through with that. Okay, so you ended up picking this, which is okay. So you take the T-spin single. Like, this is not bad either, okay, Hermes? So now what I'm seeing here is you have this sawtooth pattern. You can use this S piece, or sorry, Z piece, to kind of extend the staircase and then prop this S piece on top of it. So let me show you what I mean. I'm sure that some of you, or maybe Hermes, you could even understand what I mean. But Z, whatever, I'll just draw it in. Z piece goes over here. S piece goes here. O piece goes over here. And then you have this J and L, so the J and L can do something like that. You get a little T-spin single that opens up the well. Right? I guess you could put it like this, but then, you know, you kind of end up with that. You could end up going for some T-spin minis. That's something else that I want to talk to you about, Hermes, because I see a lot of times when you have the situation where you need to put the T with its back against the wall, you can do this, which actually nets you a back-to-back. It's a T-spin mini, T-spin single mini, right? So it's a great way to just get like free 2 damage to kickstart your back-to-back bonus. 82%? Ooh, we're getting there. Thanks for die. Hello. T-spin mini is actually OP when you know, but you gotta know, yeah. So, yeah, hopefully we can help you be a knower. You can I was gonna say, like, it's also useful. You can sometimes do it when you're doing a 4 wide, but I don't know if I really want to tell you to do 4 wides. Those who know, if you know, you know. What do you guys think about that phrase? Like, if you know, you know. Because sometimes I feel it's like a little bit obnoxious because it's like a, haha, I know and you don't know. I know something you don't know. So it's supposed to be kind of like a little bit exclusionary. But yeah, if IYK. Yeah, exactly. If you know, you know. Just tell people, man. That's what I think about it. If you know, you know, you know. True. Thanks for that, 4. Okay, so let's see what you go for. Okay, I wonder, are you gonna take this teaspoon single? Okay, no, well, I think it's fine the way that you ended up playing it out. Thank you for the hydration and the stretch, 4. Yeah, it makes you want to know, and I think that's the point. Oh, it's supposed to generate mystery and intrigue. You know, you never know until you know, you know? I'm getting lost. This is like that episode of Friends where they're like, we know that they know, but they don't know that we know that they know, but we know that they know that we know. And then, I don't know. I don't even know what the rest of the episode is like. Okay, just let me check. I mentioned last stream about how sometimes I have this pain in between my shoulder blades, like kind of like dead center, because I tend to like hunch my shoulders, which was not a problem that I ever had before. So I guess as a reminder for the rest of you guys, just to, if you're shrimping, make sure you unshrimp, straighten out your back. Something with my piano students is they hate to sit with proper posture, right? They always sit like, they like actually shrimp when they play piano. I'm like, yo, you need to sit up straight because they're a little bit smaller. So like when they do that, their elbows are like below the piano. I'm like, you need to sit up straight so that way your arms are level with the piano. So yeah, theory of mind players looking at your possible future thoughts. Ask Mel to give you a massage. Oh no, I can't. I'm usually the one giving Melody massages because she's like constantly in pain. Okay, yeah. This is not the last round, is it? Okay. Oh, okay. This is kind of tough, okay, Hermes. We really gotta avoid putting extra stuff on top of here. I would have accepted it if you had rotated and put it upright. Okay, so we do that. Okay, so now what I'm seeing is I piece flat, T piece left, J piece upright, S piece, which opens up the well. Oh no, so this is what I'm talking about, right? Like you had 2 I pieces, but neither of them ended up making it into this well. You really got to prioritize doing that because like you are blessed with this 3rd eye piece pretty much. Like, yeah, I think that, you know, most other people or most other situations, you would not get this eye piece, right? And that was key for you surviving. So in this case, what could you do here? I still see a way out here. So the way out is to put the J piece flat across like this, put the O piece here. Actually, no, this is not as smart as I thought it was going to be. Where's the way out? This can be fun. Fun exercise for everybody else too. Gremlin piano playstyle. Yeah, your students are gamers. Well, some of them are very young, so hopefully they're not too big gamers yet. They got plenty of years to not be brain rotted. Anyways, gosh, I was thinking that you could do something like this. Oh, no, it is possible. Boom, like that. Is there any other way out of the situation? What if you did this? Actually, yeah, either of those ways works. Hi, Project Video. How are you? How are you? It's not that shrimple to unshrimp. Nice one, Kevin. XDD. Just be straight shrimping. Get your students into Tetris. Feed them into the farm. No, I can't. First of all, I don't want my students to be coming to my streams and being like, hey, I watched you on your stream and stuff. No, I really don't want that. And feed them into the farm. I'm not even sure what you're trying to say here. Okay, so pretty much, Hermes, you really got to be on top of like getting your pieces. So first of all, mistake number one, don't put this here. Put it upright. If you had this upright, none of this issue actually would have ever happened, right? You put this upright, you put this here, it clears these two lines, then this line would never have been here if you had rotated it one more time. Z piece goes underneath to clear off this line of gray garbage, and then you're good to go. In pain, trying to FC King on Project Sakai. I blame you for getting me into it. King is the one that goes like left side, right side, da 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 da. I'm sorry, except I'm not really sorry because I won't apologize for doing what's right. Project. We need to spread the glory of Miku. Got it. Yeah. That was phrased horribly. I meant to say get them into the game so I can farm them for. Oh. You're so right. Yeah. I should get them to X plus so that they can start throwing so I can get to X plus. What a great plan. Raise up bottom feeders so that you can feed on them. Anyways, I think there's consideration for going for a teaspoon double here. Two. So the other solution, once you get to this point, is you put the eyepiece flat. I already said it, right? So let's explore these possibilities, right? So I will say, at 0:50, no, not O, but what's this? 57. So at 57 seconds in, you need to be more aware of your well and where your pieces and how the orientation of your pieces make minute differences that will bear consequences. Of a friend who's still new to Tetra, but not new to Tetris Versus. Oh, so she maybe played Tetris Friends and stuff? She has experience with PPT, T99, she's S- in terms of skills. She's too slow, though. Oh, Garbage is here! Hi, Garvey. Feed them to the farm. Project, are you trying to, like, get her to play more? Or you just, like, want her as, like, a practice partner? Or what's going on? Or did you give her the Tetris brain rot? I was proposing you give Jeremy an upper back massage, so he said he would rather give you a massage instead. Maybe a two-way street? Okay, I'll hold you to that, Mel. I'm just kidding. Mel would give me a massage or like a back rub if I was in pain. Anyone who plays PPT is insane. I can't live without IRS and IHS. PPPPP. Is that something that one of the PPT characters says? She's asking me to coach her. Oh. Nice. Well, that's good. She's got that grind set, you know. She wants to get better. She's always trying to level up. I was playing PPT. It's pretty fun. Bet I'll show those sore muscles a piece of my mind. Oh, but I'm not actually sore right now. I was mentioning about how before I was a bit sore. Also, a bunch of rating because of AFK. Nice one, Garvey. Told her learn the fundamentals. I mean, if you learn the fundamentals, you don't have to go back and learn them again while you're fighting people in like U rank or S rank. It's a lot easier to learn the fundamentals when the enemies are not as strong. Alright, same says Mindswept. What did Kevin say? I can't live without IRSO, okay. that is a very like TEC or PP. There's no IRS in PPT, is there? Okay. Placing the J up right in 9 and 10 instead of on its side in 8, 9 plus 10. And then up, blocking your well with and it spiraled into a top out. Okay. Blocking the well in column 8 and it spiraled into a top out. Okay. There were a few points where you could have salvaged this. Okay, so the first point is right here. This could have been salvaged. This at so let's see, at 0.58, place the key to this solution is to use a horizontal eyepiece in 4, 5, 6, and 7. Actually, it's more like, yeah, 58. Okay. This allows you to allows you to address the residue in column 8 without adding unnecessary residue anywhere in any other columns. Then then the J is placed in 9 plus 10 to complete the eye skim. Oh, hold on, I paused the chat. PC fun facts for everyone in the chat. Loading icon of the cursor, the loading thing on a browser, is called a throbber. I've been informed of that. I'm sorry, Leo. And I'm sorry for the rest of you who didn't know that, because I don't like that term. It is unfortunately true. I hope the fun fact haunts you as a Project Sakai haunted me. Alright, I got it. It's payback. You know, apparently, I'm getting blamed a lot. I'm copping a lot of the blame for the Project Sakai brain rot, because I introduced it to Spoonie, Atomic Spoonie, and then she went and introduced it to a bunch of people in the UK. So now a bunch of them play, and they all blame me. Spoonie's just like, this is all your fault, Jeremy. And I'm like, I won't apologize for doing what's right. And then even Ads 2000, I think he was in charge, like he founded Taz, and he's just like, I blame you too, Jeremy. I'm like, you're welcome. She's right though. Yeah, I caused a group of people in an entirely different continent to become obsessed with a rhythm game. But yeah, I'll do it again. So what's next? Right, then. Okay. Follow this up with T in 1 plus 2 and skim the final line using S in 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. Now you have Asians blaming you now. Nice. Just wait till I get to Australia, then Australia will also blame you. I don't mind. I know a few Australians. If you guys don't know, there's a Juziku. So he's an Australian guy, but he mostly plays Valorant. I wonder if he's interested in Project Sakai. Right. So you didn't choose to do that, so you chose to do that, which is a choice. Like, even if you get to this point, it's still salvageable. It's salvageable because you haven't put anything over this well. You put the S piece here. Okay, at 0.58, it was still possible to save as long as you don't add any more residue over column 8. Use the S, place S in, what is that, that's 6 and 7. So 6 and 7, and then J, then J in 9 plus 10. I'm starting to notice a pattern here. J in 9 plus 10. J in 9 plus 10. Okay. So yeah, we'll keep going. Oh, did my music stop? What do you guys want to listen to? I'll put on something funny. I've been listening to Insane in the Rain a lot lately because I think his covers are really good. Let's put on something. Hopefully this doesn't get my stream. Oh, skip the ad, please. Okay, well, hopefully that's cool. You should listen to Jeremy's stream in the background. I realized that I turned the volume down earlier, so I don't even know if you guys could hear any of that. So, yeah. Somebody once told me they liked my streams because I had the music so low they could just listen to whatever they wanted instead. So after you put the S here, then all you have to do is just not put, you might have to just kind of put stuff. The problem with this solution is like, after you do this, you kind of don't have that many good options. Like I'm thinking you probably end up having to introduce a hole in your stack here. So you have the S here. You can probably skim with the Z piece here. Maybe put the L piece over here, and that way you can put O down the middle. Let's try that out. So, what am I doing? J on hold here. I-S-Z-L-O-I, right? So I'm thinking you do this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, boom. All right, that's probably the best. And it's like not even too bad because like, I don't know, you just do a teaspoon triple, a double, a teaspoon single donation afterwards. Okay. The rest of the queue can potentially can lead into a somewhat unclean down stack that ends in a quad. So what did I say? After you do that, place Z and 8 plus 9, which skims a double, then use L in upside down L in 2 plus 3, which skims a line, but also introduces a gap in the stack. This allows you to perform a quad after a so right after you put S, J, Z, so after a 3 combo, at the cost of making the stack slightly messy. Okay, good. All right. So I think probably after round 9, I might end the stream because we've been here for a while. I'm actually getting a little bit hungry. I wish I ate a bit more at dinner. Well, there's still leftovers, so I can always go and eat a bit more. Okay. Okay, but because we spent so long, I think there's still a way out. Okay, I think it's just GG at this point. I think if you were a little bit faster, you could have. I mean, this doesn't even. I mean, it kind of does actually. Like, if you really wanted to, you could have done a teaspoon double here. So you put the L piece across like this. I piece goes here. You got to put this O here. Then you get a teaspoon double. But I don't know. I think you're pretty much screwed after this. Like you're not getting any more I pieces, and your board is all messed up. So yeah. So there's a few points. All right, last round. And then we'll find somebody to raid. Okay. Sorry, I by default I always look at the left side just because that's normally where the replays are. So over here, like Hermes, I think what you could have done, right? Go back here. You were about to solve this height difference, or you could potentially solve this height difference with an S piece, right? You could think of this as a 2 height difference. S piece goes here. You could have put this L piece up, facing the other way, like that, upside down, or not upside down, on its side. making that overhang. Hopefully you can see that. I'll draw a picture of it. So let me yeah, do that. So what do we got here? Like this. Right. So hopefully you can see you can fix that height difference there. So in anticipation of this S piece that's coming up, or even if you don't have the S piece coming up but you feel like you haven't used it in a while, you can do something like this. I piece goes here. Okay, it's a little bit awkward and you gotta waste the T piece like that. But anyways, I'm not saying that you should always do this, but I just wish that you would consider this possibility a bit more. Maybe it's impossible to know whether you actually were thinking about this because it wasn't actually the right thing to do here, unless you were willing to waste this T piece. But I get the impression that you're not really thinking about that. Sometimes when you open, especially when you open, you kind of just think about, oh, let's get some pieces on the board. It's not wrong, but I think you're leaving a lot of damage on the table. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, let's move on. So when you get to this point, what did you do? You do this. Okay, this is good. Oh, okay. So you chose to cancel here. I don't want to get too much into macro, but I think certainly you're no danger here, right? Let's look at what we have actually. We have a clean board. It's a little bit flat, but it's not too bad because this is actually a perfect opportunity to go for some overhangs, right? You can use the J piece to overhang here. You can use this L piece to overhang on this side. You can use this S piece to overhang on this side, right? So you're no danger at all. You could happily accept whatever this was. I don't know where it was going to go, but I think you could have easily taken it, and then, you know, even if it was on the left side, then you just stop stacking so much stuff on the left side. If it was on the right side, even better, because then this is already where your well is. Sometimes I use other streamers as my background. I mean, I could. I had Zulu's stream open earlier. Okay, so you end up not getting anything at all, which is such a shame, because this is like an excellent position to be in. I love this stack. This is really good. So let me put that in here somewhere. So in round 9, so at 0.5, I think that this situation is perfectly safe, and it would be strategic to accept clean garbage when your board is already very clean. You use other streamers as your bubblegum. Oh, nice. Because you chew them up. Pretty much always have another stream up in the background, so I don't feel alone when there's no one in chat, which is most of the time. I'm sorry. Yeah, okay. Well, I haven't really been doing shoutouts, but a lot of the people in my chat, they all stream. So maybe you guys go check out Mindswept. Mindswept goes for some fun stuff in TEC. Garvey streams a lot. She's been playing, well, all sorts of stuff, I feel. Nowadays, it used to just all be like Gestress or PPT, but nowadays, like, she's like streaming her marking papers and stuff, as well as playing like Tetra or other Tetris related stuff. Who else should I mention? Project, I don't think you really stream much anymore. I remember tuning into maybe 1 or 2 of your streams before. Used to all be 20 TSD, yeah, that's true, yeah. Who else? Let me scroll up. Mel, my girlfriend, she streams. Leoval, even Leoval streams. Not that frequently, and usually it's Betrix or Beatrix. But yeah, Hermes also streams. So all these people probably stream more than I do. Maybe except for Mel. Mel maybe doesn't stream as much as I do. And apparently Mr. Gummy also streams, so maybe check out. I was talking about Project Sakai with my classmate, and it turns out I missed a Mizuki event. I haven't been playing for a few months, so I've been missing tons of events. But I don't really mind. It's not a big deal, right? I can still enjoy the music without the cards. I haven't streamed in a hot minute because I've been busy. Yeah, that's okay. It wasn't meant to call anybody out, by the way. Okay. By canceling here, you miss out on the free garbage, the free ammunition, and ultimately, and also, like, you kind of also miss out on the TSD because you need this well, and also, lose out on the TSD. The multiple TSD opportunities here. L overhang. So you have an L and Q in 8, 9, 10, and J overhang in 4, 5, 6. S overhang in 6 and 7. I think 6 and 7. Okay, so you ended up not getting any of those, but I mean, you had a chance to salvage it. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to talk about all the things you could do here, right? You could do, let's pull this up. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Let's pull this up. So you do it like that, right? What could you have done? Let me unhighlight these, right? Because we have this 3 wide well, you can do this. Oh crap, I meant to. You can do this, boom, right? Do something like that, boom. You get that. You could do something like this, boom, boom, right? You can do the ZT prop or the Z prop right here. Okay, what else can you do? You can do a hamburger if you wanted to, right? Boom, 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 hamburger. What else could you do? Well, maybe you're not that familiar with these, but you can do a STSD or Super T-spin double. So yeah, don't you love scatting to Miracle Paint in the car with me? Yes, unfortunately, the term for like when you're improvising with using syllables vocally, it's called scatting. I really wish it wasn't called that. You don't mind? Yeah, exactly. Nice one, Mindswap. Like Mindswap, like if you had to only be referred to as one of the words in your name, would you rather be called Mind or would you rather be called Swept? I feel like people typically refer to you as Swept. Maybe because Swept is more of like a unique word or a more uncommon word than Mind, but I don't know. What do you think? Anyways, yeah, just like a lot of opportunities there. Hermes, I think it might be good for you to study up on some of these techniques. Z props, or Z and S props, floating T-spins, hamburger donations. Gosh, I sound so silly when I'm talking about it. Yo, David, hello. How are you? Thank you for contributing to the sticker sheets. I prefer to be called 828. Yes, I sometimes say that too. People are like, is it Jeremy or is it Jeremy? And I'm like, you can call me 145 if you prefer. Yeah. There's a challenge. Yes, basically Mel does art. So in order to give her an excuse to do art, there's a challenge where once we raise enough points, I will start accepting people's Pokemon drawing requests, and then we'll maybe do some sort of raffle, some sort of like wheel spin to determine whose Pokemon gets drawn. After Melody draws them, we're gonna put them on a sticker sheet, and then we'll we'll sell them, but we're not selling them for profit. We're pretty much just selling them to cover the cost of manufacturing, as well as to cover the cost of shipping them around the world. Can you restart so I can contribute again? No, I can't. That's cheating. Now, if you were to DDoS me and make me disconnect, then technically that wouldn't be cheating. I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right, David. Yeah, work's all right. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing in the summer, but otherwise, like, I got a few students, so I'm busy most weeknights. I've been playing a ton of Tears of the Kingdom, so I've been going back and like getting all the Koroks and finding all the caves and stuff, so I've been really enjoying that. So the games have been good lately. Yeah. How are you? How's you? We have to meet up so I can get my stickers back from you. My brother said if we wanted to play Magic, then I can borrow his decks and we can play. I vaguely remember how they work. One of them is forget what his name is. He's like the Lord of the Forest. He's red, green, and yeah, red and green energy, I think. Maybe he's just green energy. And then the other one is Rakdos, I think. Rakdos is red and black deck. There's still my trunk? Yo. Thoughts on the Switch 2? Okay, well, I thought Mario Kart looked really good. I know that a lot of people are complaining about the price. I think the price is very fair because, like, if you're gonna play that thing for thousands of hours, then I think it's more than... Maybe it's not a metric that always works for every kind of game, but I'm like, if you're gonna put 1,000 hours into it, then I think it's worth like $1,000 in my opinion. My big man David, yo. Energy, were you a Pokemon player? Whatever, mana, energy, whatever you want to call it, okay? There's people who call... Sorry, I didn't mean for that to sound so angry. I did play a bit of Pokemon when I was younger, but never competitively. Just like I had Pokemon cards as a kid. And we did play them, although I was like 4 or 5 years old and I didn't really understand how the game worked. I know the influence of Magic the Gathering is so like wide that people will refer to energy as mana in other games. So for example, in Slay the Spire, it's called energy, but people refer to it as mana because like they call it mana in what's that game called? Hearthstone. So yeah, it's very persuasive. I blame the Pteros. I've been replaying Terraria. Leo, well, first of all, I like Terraria. Recently, the people in the Toronto Discord just like, we decided to just play Terraria and we beat the game. I hosted it on my own computer. So people were like, yo, can we play Terraria tonight? Can we play Terraria? And it was honestly very fun time to hang out. Don't play with Itchy though, because Itchy starts doing stuff and then like I don't know about as much about the game as he does. So he's just like, guys, I'm gonna start spreading the holo everywhere because I like the holo and it prevents the corruption. I'm like, okay, sure. And then he spread the holo in our base in the forest, and it made it so that we could not use the forest pylon anymore. And then I found out that the Dryad, I forget whoever sells the cleaning solution to get rid of the purification or to purify the biomes, they don't sell the green solution if they're not in the forest biome. So I'm like, dude, we don't have a forest biome anymore and I can't get green solution. It's a great game. The perfect progression pace for first time players. I was stressed with Itchy. My hard work at the pylons was gone. I was never actually able to go late game in Terraria. You can make a fake one. I mean, yes, I guess I could have just like booted up an old account with all the stuff, items on it, and then just logged into the world, but I didn't want to do that. The biomes are hard work. Yeah. Anyways, let's keep it going on. So, what ended up happening here? Okay, so we do some skimming. Whatever. It's not the end of the world. Okay. So here, I suspect that you're going to put this flat, but I think you could have eked out a bit more damage here, Hermes. If you're still here, if you're not, you're gonna see this all in the replay review anyways. You do the T-spin single here, and then you do the T-spin mini single against the wall here. Yeah, okay. So 0, 12, a small optimization to be made here is that you can get 2 T-spins out of this setup. The crucial detail to note is that there is a wall next to the small gap in column 9. The wall, a 2 high wall. Well, I guess it's 3 high, but for the purpose of this, I will say this is the gap, and then the wall starts from here and up. A 2 high wall allows you to spin a T piece into place against it and counts as a T-spin TSS mini. Knowing this, you can perform the TSS in 4, 5, and 6 first, and then the TSS mini afterwards to reopen the well in column 5. There we go. Alright, oh. You can make a fake jungle. I'm gonna go to bed now. Need to go to campus early tomorrow. That's what I call drum and bass. What do you call drum and bass, Garvid? I feel like I missed a banger of a joke. Good night, big man, my guy. Okay, I shower. Good night if you're gone before I return. I think I'll be here for another like 15 minutes or 20 minutes. So hopefully you're back. Oh, you know what we could do? We could end off by doing the crossword. I have not done the crossword that much this week, actually. Like, I did the Sunday one, and I've missed Monday till today. So yeah, I'm here. I got 60 pounds of pugs on my lap. It's hard to type. Okay, sorry, Hermes. I didn't mean to call you out. I just wanted to let you know about ahead of time about what I'm gonna put into here. One weighs 25 and the other one's 35. Holy, those are big dogs. I call drum and bass fake jungle. EDM joke. Oh, is it because jungle is a genre of... Yeah, that does sound kind of familiar, although I'm not really that well versed in EDM or like house music. I don't even know if you would even call it house music. That's how uninformed I am. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I wish that you would take advantage more of that. And then, okay, in the spirit of all spin, or on the topic, okay, well, while we are on the topic of all spin, you can continue to skim with all spin by placing O and the O as an overhang in column 7 and 8. Which, oh, a VOD review. Okay, we'll do the VOD review, and then I guess we'll do the crossword. I also want to show the last round. I'm sure on time. Forgot to paste the actual replay link. No worries, Leo. Thank you for that. Yeah, I think I'm almost done here. Like we have about a minute and a half left. That's crazy. It's taking me way longer to talk about this match than for Hermes to have played it. Okay, which prepares an L spin double in 5, 6, and 7. So yeah, I will definitely add a bunch of pictures into this. So basically what I'm saying, Hermes, is if you do that, get an L piece, boom, right? It's all spin meta now. So yeah. Okay, so it's fine. Okay, you get this perfect T-spin here. So when you're in this situation, I really hope you rotate this. Okay, yeah. So what's really cool here, right, Hermes, is that this doesn't look like an S prop, but it is an S prop. Okay, watch this. This is still an S prop, okay? Just because the rest of the stack's not filled in doesn't mean you can't do it. S-C-I-J-I. You have an I in the queue. Watch this. Boom. 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 It's clean. It's clean. Right? You get a T piece, and then boom. It's clean. It's crazy. Hi, Annalisa. How are you? I hope that that you continue to recover every single day. That every day gets a little bit easier than the previous day. What's up? I'm doing some replay reviews for Hermes. We have this write-up. It's 8 pages long. Probably will reach about the 9th page before I start putting in the diagrams. How'd the rest of your stream go yesterday? I'm sorry that I left that comment about like not taking a shower for a week when I broke my leg, and then I kind of just dipped because I was playing Zelda. But yeah, doing good. Thanks for the well wishes. Yeah, of course, of course. And Hermes is here too. Yes, everybody loves Hermes. How can you not love Hermes, right? Hermes is a freaking pug. Pugs are cute. Dogs are cute. Now you're all good. Thank you. Have you showered? Yes, I have showered. I was referring to the time when I broke my leg. So it was really hard to walk around, obviously. It's very hard to get in and out of the shower, to put on clothes and stuff. I wasn't supposed to get the cast wet, so for the first like 2 weeks, I took like one shower, and it was pretty tough. I had to put like a stool in the shower so that way I could sit on it, but I had to prop my leg outside of the shower so it wouldn't get wet. So yeah, he's such a gamer. No. Is this a La La Land cover? It's Resistance. So this might be original music by Insane in the Rain. Sorry, it might not be that loud, so it's hard to tell. Do you guys like La La Land? I never ended up watching it, but I had a friend who really liked the main theme. So it's like, the city of stars, are you shining just for me? There's so much that I can't see. I don't remember the lyrics because I actually haven't watched the movie. So he'd like ask me to play along with him. So for some reason I get New Orleans vibes. I don't know I'm not really sure what that means. No, I'm not doubting you. I'm just saying, like, I don't think I know enough about this kind of music to talk about the general feel or like the influences, to speak about the influences on it. Okay, anyways. Yeah, okay, Hermes, since I know that you'll enjoy this, there's actually, there, I'll put it in, 017. There is an S-prop opportunity here. An S-prop opportunity. An S-prop opportunity here. Don't be fooled by the lack of material on the left side. This can easily be placed afterwards. Okay, so place the S in 4 plus 5, then use the held eyepiece in column 3. Next, lay the second eyepiece flat across 7, 8, 9, and 10, completing the S-prop. I also had a chair in the shower for the first month. Gosh. La La Land is one of my favorite movies of all time. Oh, for real? Maybe I should watch it. But then now my list of movies that I need to watch keeps growing. Because I told Herma that one day I want to watch a Sonic movie. Because Herma, if you guys know Herma etc. or Herma etc., she's a pretty big Sonic fan. And while I didn't really grow up with Sonic, I thought the Sonic movies were actually quite well received. So I'm like, maybe I should watch them. Then I'll have something to talk to Herma about. I think it's important not just to watch things that you like, but also to engage with things that other people like, so that way, you know, you can connect with them. Died at the chorus again? No. Project Video. I didn't know you were still playing. I'm quitting Sakai. I grew up with Kirby. Oh, cute. I'm sure that a lot of people were playing Kirby when I was growing up, but I didn't really have a lot of like handheld stuff. Like I had Nintendo DS, but like I didn't really play it that much, and I didn't have any of the Kirby games for like the Nintendo or Super Nintendo and stuff, or the Game Boy. So I completely missed out on that when I was growing up. Maybe I got to play a bit of Kirby when I was allowed to play, if somebody else brought a Game Boy and they're like, yeah, you can play it. I liked it better than Whiplash, same director. Interesting. Garvid, do you think that you didn't like Whiplash because of its portrayal of what the jazz industry is like, or did you not like it because of other reasons? Because I've heard some people are like, in some ways it's very accurate, and in a lot of ways it's really not very accurate. Do it? Do what, Mindswept? Sonic-Ku? Interesting. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Okay, well, this is fine. You ended up not going for the S-prop, which I think is completely reasonable. Now, what I'm seeing here is you put the T-piece here, put the L-piece up right here, tuck the S-piece under here, O-piece completes the T-spin. Actually, that was probably way better than what I thought. that's good. Okay. Okay. Now I'm just nitpicking. Now I'm just bullying. 22. Missed floating T-spin. Right, floating TSD. you have a 3 wide well. You technically have a 3 wide well. Technically you have a 3 wide well with even sides in columns. What columns are those? 3, 6 to 8. 6, 8 plus 9. Oh wait, that's not how numbers work. 6, 7, and 8. Which means you can hang. Well, I guess. Actually, it's probably a fractal. It's a missed fractal opportunity. Clacky145, yes sir, Mr. Real Extreme. I'm sorry, shouldn't have just assumed that you're Mr. Real Extreme. I just like to say Mr. or Mrs. in front of other people's names. Welcome in, welcome in. Hello, Neon Tet, or Nyan Tet. How are you? Fellow Tetrio player. Yeah, that's a nice greeting. Which means you can hang an S piece on. Well, you're not really even hanging anything. You're just kind of just putting it here. Okay, I'm gonna take this out. It was possible to hang an S piece on. In which columns is that? 7, 8, and 9. Jeremy Brills on the internet. Always assume it's a guy unless they say otherwise. I guess, but still, I don't like to assume. What's up, Jeremy? Hi, Dorito. Okay, another question. Do you want me to call? Can I call you? I feel like I've certainly called you by your other names. Can I just call you by what I normally call you? I can ask Dorito. Not much. I'm just doing some replay reviews for Hermes the Pug. We're trying to increase Hermes' Tetris vision and T-spin vision and downstack vision. So yeah, we're kind of going play by play, analyzing it. I've been working on this for like hours, but we're almost done. You can call me whatever. Well, I don't care. All right, gotcha. I'll call you Lifeline then. Everyone knows there's no females on the internet. Well, what does that mean about my girlfriend? What about Melody? Yeah, I hope you're doing well, Lifeline. Hope school's been good. If you're working, then I hope work's been good. I don't know, maybe you do some work on the side or something like that. I hope the Tetris has been good too. Is possible to hang okay. And the Z in 4 plus 5. Yeah, and then like what would you do next? I don't know. You could probably put the J here, O here, and the Z overhang. And 4 and 5. Okay, so greeting when you're not greeting. Hey, stop that. When the board is when it's safe is a good way to prepare spikes in low pressure situations. Or not really greeting. I wouldn't really say this is greeting, like setting up multiple TSD when it's safe and then sending them all at once after your opponent sends you clean garbage is a great way to overwhelm them. Get the T-spin vision in, exactly. Yeah. How are you tonight, Nyan Tet? Like, have you been playing quick play or anything tonight? How's that going? She's not real, wake up. When I take my meds and my girlfriend disappears, oh my gosh. Entire essay for review. Yeah. I mean, we can see what the word count is. Tools, right? Let's see what the word count is. Word count is 3,000. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, like a lot of the stuff is like numbers or just stuff, so it's like maybe not that big of a deal. I was doing quick runs in Tetris with you. People are confused. How come? Is like, do you have like extremely unbalanced stats or maybe stats that don't really match the rank in which you play. Maybe you have a very unique play style. Okay, so anyways, we do that. We're chilling. I mean, this is fine too. This is fine too, right? You do that, boom. Oh, that was beautiful. Now, what I think you could have gone for here. Well, it's kind of tough. Your wells are on opposite sides, so it's not really that good to commit to anything. Like if you want to do a floating T-spin over here, you have to fill up this side of the well, but then filling this up means that you gotta deal with that. And if you stack anything on this side, that's kind of impacting over here. STMB, STMB. Okay, yeah, I knew Lifeline would say to do the STMB. Match your stats don't match your rank. Okay. Hopefully people aren't salty about that, because sometimes people are not happy about it. Like there's one time somebody warned me. They said like, oh, my stats are a little bit off because my opponent just AFK'd the previous round. So I'm like, oh, okay. I don't really mind. I try not to like judge too much by the stats, although I do try to, just for the sake of getting the first point. Sometimes I will watch to see like, is this indicative of like opener mating? So just like super fast and like decent APP, which means that you're mostly sending your own garbage and trying to kill. Then if I see that they're slow and they have really high APM, then I try to like play a little bit slow and watch them and see what they're doing. 37 seconds in A+ rank, 200k in blitz. Wow, that is pretty darn fast. How fast do you have to average to get a 37-second sprint? I feel like that's probably like 2.2 or 2.3 PPS or something like that to have a 37-second sprint. Maybe a bit higher, maybe like 2.4. I'm just guessing here. I'm not 100% sure. Have to go spend time with family. I want to thank you again for doing this. You're a great Tetris friend. I'll never forget this. Well, I hope that you have a great time with your family, and I hope the pugs are doing great too. I mean, like you had them on your lap. 65 pounds of pug. Like that's a big deal. You're a great owner. Okay, what is this Xiaomi pad? Is this some sort of controller? A tablet you want to buy? But yeah. Well, Nyan, what would you say is holding you back from getting out of A+ rank? Or maybe you want to stay in A+ rank, I don't know. Do you just like play really fast, or do you play unexpectedly really slow? Because you have a really fast 40-second or very fast sprint time, but maybe you play really slow. I've certainly met people like that. So people who will have like a 20-second sprint or 22-second sprint, but they play really slow. Well, Project, I hope the tablet helps you full clear, King. I'm coming back since I went dormant. I see, for 2 years. Oh, that is, I mean, welcome back. I assume that maybe you're busy with life, school, work, family things. Maybe you're just out of town or out of the country. Well, either way, I hope that you are enjoying your time back and that hopefully you can regain all those skills and the vision. Okay. So over here, honestly, I think it's not good for me to suggest that Hermes go for a T-spin setup here because it's just really bad, this distribution of the garbage. Yeah, I think it's probably better to just do this. Then over here, we're not really too high up, so it's not that bad of an idea to just put this flat. Use that eyepiece there to, okay, finish the rest. This is getting a little bit dicey because, you know, you're stacking all over your cheese. You're trying to land this T-spin. It's not really working. So what do we go for? Oh, no, Hermes! Don't stack over the well. Okay, so what can I say? Here. Okay, so at 32. It was dangerous to stack the L piece at the side here, at the right, far right, without first adjusting the LJ dependency and column 7. Don't have to play clean and Peach.io sprint to get a faster time. Doesn't mean you play efficiently. That is true. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to Sakai. It's giving me pain. I mean, project video. Do you really mean that? Do you really want to quit? Because I feel like maybe it's a bit of like a love and hate relationship right now that we got going on, or not us going on. Okay, no. I meant between you and Project Sakai. Like, you love it, but you also hate the way it makes you feel. It's giving you pain. It also covers the well in column 10, which is locking, which is actively preventing you from downstacking this precarious situation. I spelled precocious, no, precarious. No, I spelled that on situation. It's a precarious situation. So what would have been, yeah, you have to LS, yeah, okay. It would have been safer to place L in 6 and 7. S in 1 plus 2. Actually, does that make a quad already? S. No, that actually clears those 2 lines. I need to look at this. Does this generate a quad? What do we want to do? Put this here, put this here, put this here. No, there's no quad, but you get to land the T piece here. Okay, yeah. J in 2 plus 3 plus 4, which allows you to... Well, you wouldn't even have to place the J first, so you could actually go right into the as soon as you put the L and the S here, then you're already ready to go. But putting the J here helps you get rid of that little nub from the S piece, which allows you, which gives you access to place the I piece in the column 10 well. Okay, so because you didn't do that, now it's really awkward. So probably the next best thing for you to do here is put a J here, T piece here, L piece here. It's kind of tough because now you end up with a 5 wide here. It's not good, it's not looking good, Hermes. Okay. Yeah, and then the I piece here is just, you know, you go from stacking over this side to stacking over this side in the column 10 well. Be careful, more attentive when dumping pieces off to the side, as this mistake also caused you to top out in round 8. JP, what's up? How are you? I'm doing good. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon actually lately. Like today, even though it was like snowing, I was like, well, Blacephalon's here. I gotta go out and do it. So I did a Blacephalon raid in the snow. Yeah. How are you, JP? How's college? Or university? You good? Back from the lab, busy this past week. Oh gosh, yeah. Snow? Where? It's snowing. I'm in, I live near Toronto in Canada, so, you know, land of the North or whatever, right? It's cold here, and we ride on caribou and drink maple syrup out of the trees. No, just kidding, we don't do that. We do call our dollars loonies, though. Anyways, gosh, I don't know what this is. I don't know. This is kind of doomed. Like, what do you do here? What do you do? Okay. Actually, no. Hermes lives for a while. I thought it was pretty doomed, but it wasn't. Okay, that goes there. I mean, this is a good save. Oh my God, Hermes with the big brain. Okay, I have to give props. 0, 43. excellent decision to use the eye piece horizontally. Give this option more consideration in more situations, as it is a great tool for cleanly skimming lines and leaving no residue behind. All right, great, fantastic. All right, now the question is, do you take the T-spin double? No, no T-spin double. A great tool. Okay. Down to duo for a bit. I gotta reply to this guy. I'm currently streaming and reviewing replay and analyzing the replay right now, so probably not tonight. Maybe tomorrow though. This message if you see me on. Okay, cool. Thanks, JP, for adding to the sticker sheet challenge. JP, what Pokemon would you want it? What Pokemon would you want to have if you got to pick? Jeremy 145. No pressure if you don't want to watch, though. It's chill. Anyways, Origin Palkia, for real? I don't know. I think Palkia is a really cool Pokemon, and I really like its typing. Water Dragon is just dope. But, I'm not sure if I really like the Origin form. Because it's like, it looks almost like a Centaur, but it has no arms, which somehow feels a little bit off because Palkia is the one that actually has arms, and Dialga is the quadruped. But you know, I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum. Anyways, yeah, design is a bit questionable, but I love using it in battles. Ah, there it is, the PvP. The PvP and JP comes out. I've been stuck on level 43 for a few months now because I didn't feel like doing the PvP, but it's actually not too bad, JP. I've been like the Great League was fine, GBL was fine, but it was the Master League that I was afraid of because I know people will like bring out their 5k CP Pokemon, but I found out that like I can actually win quite a few battles with just some of the Pokemon I've leveled up over the years. So I just bring in like Tyranitar, Rayquaza, and Groudon. And like I've actually won quite a few matches, either from people throwing or people just not really, just by merit of having strong Pokemon. Also, he's intimidating with white and black Kyurem out now. Oh yeah, I definitely got wiped by a bunch of 5k CP Pokemons, but it's okay. It cost me nothing. Tyranitar has decent checks to Kyurem fusions. Get Kaifia's Pokemon. Oh yeah, JP, I don't know if you remember Kaifia. Or maybe that's a little bit too early, but he was this guy that I used to host U-Rank tournaments with. Well, he stopped streaming Tetris, and then he went and he got 3rd place at the Europe International Championship for Pokemon Go like a few months ago. So it was crazy. Anyways, now I'm afraid of Ultra League, because I think in Master League, sometimes you get free wins by people not leveling up their Pokemon enough, which is not going to be the case for Ultra League since it's capped at 2500 CP. So now I'm afraid of that. That's sick. I know, right? I watched his team. I just remember he had the Hisuian Corsola, the Ghost type one. I forget what else he had on his team, but his Hisuian Corsola is also his like best buddy or whatever. So that's why I also remember it. Galarian. Oh, Galarian, not Hisuian. My bad. The thing is, I haven't played those games, so sometimes the regional forms, I'm not sure about their origin. But yeah, I've got one too. It's a little bit sad because he's a little ghost and he's also looks a little bit sad. You got a good one? It's expensive? Is it just because it's hard to get them? You gotta hatch them? I mean, you can always just candy it. Rare Exiles, oh true. But I guess if you walk it, it's not so bad. I recently maxed out my Trapinch, my shiny Trapinch, who's my favorite Pokemon. So I'm gonna start maxing out my other trap pinches because I have a shadow trap pinch that I'm gonna level up, and my oldest Pokemon, because I deleted all my other Pokemon except for the first trap pinch I caught. So I'm gonna level him up. I've got probably a lucky trap pinch or two around here or there. So yeah, honestly, it's fair. I ended up using some of my rare XLs on like leveling up my Hoenn legendaries because I just wanted to have them a bit higher level. And finally my primal Kyogre cracked 6,000 CP, so I'm like, oh, that's a good number. And I think it's reasonable to use it on the legendary, since it takes 20 kilometers to earn the candy. Okay, so things are looking pretty good for Hermes at this point. You know, good down stacking. You better use this T-piece. Amazing work. Oh my god, expertly done. Now what do you go for here? Probably maybe you do like so what I'm seeing here is J piece here, L piece overhang over here, Z piece. Oh my god, amazing, let's go. I've blown a load of Stardust and Shadow Mons. My camp is holding a scavenger hunt for a custom rocket radar for 3D printed. That's dope. Okay, that's cool. Posing as a water type. Oh, you're gonna be. That's really cool, JP. I'm really happy that you guys are doing that. That's really cute. Okay, but I do have to say this is not a good place to put this Hermes. Okay. Good. I think it probably would have been better. T piece, O piece, L piece, O piece, S piece. Okay. Well, I don't think this is directly going to cause Hermes to get knocked down, but yeah. Yo, JP, you got to practice. You got to practice the grunt sayings. What do they say for water type Pokemon? I know for fire Pokemon they say. I was not ready for lyrics. They say, do you have any idea of how hot the Pokemon Fire Breath can get? I forget what it is. These waters are treacherous. Yes, that's the one. Yes. Yo, you gotta say that. These waters are treacherous. Dude, I think it's so funny, some of the things that they say. Like, normal does not mean weak. I'm like, dude. You go and send out dark normal Pokemon that get wiped by like any fighting type. I think it's really funny. But my favorite one is when Cliff says, add my name to your list of weaknesses, which I think is oddly flirtatious, and I think it's really funny. Oh, man. When Cliff goes, add my name, it's so funny. I'm like, wait, there's a bit of tension going on. Like, what? Add my name to your list of weaknesses. Anyways, I think it's funny. Every time Cliff says that, I reverse it on him. That's true. It is a little bit overpowered that we get to see his team sheet and he doesn't get to see ours. So, you know, maybe gotta cut them a little bit of slack. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh, Hermes. That was very scary. So I think an optimization that could have been made here. Could do the L. Oh, actually no. Yeah, no, actually an optimization here would be to put the T piece here, such that you can, put the L piece upright, S piece like that. Okay. Okay, wait, no, I actually wanted to comment earlier here. Okay. At 0, 58. Maybe even a little bit before that. Actually 0.58. More ideal down stack is to use the T piece in that 5, 6, and 7. Oh, I do remember that Leo sent me a replay that I have to look at. Sorry, Leo, if you're not still here. I'll give you your points back if you're not here. Is to use 5 plus 6 plus 7 as this is able to skim off the top 2 lines without any residue, extra residue. This also makes space for the L piece to be placed upright in 8 plus 9. 8 plus 9. Exposing the well in column 2, which will then be cleared by the S piece. This sequence of downstack allows never adds any blocks over the biggest well in column 4, which is O piece or L piece to be placed up right in there. So you could actually use the O piece as well. Which is important, which allows you to easily weather the spike. Okay, yeah, so when you do that, boom, get problems here. Boom, 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 okay. Okay, oh gosh, oh my god, Hermes. No, you can't. Okay, you wasted it. Wasted it. Okay. Well, somehow Hermes lives. So maybe I won't really say too much about this. But I mean, like, Hermes only lives because they got basically 2 eyepieces at a clutch moment. So I would say you should have saved this T piece, this eyepiece. Okay. At 110, although you managed to survive anyway, it would have been safer to save the eyepiece for later, and for the well in, what column is that? 7. In column 7. Since you were not guaranteed to get another eyepiece in time, place. So what could you have done, right? You can either put the S piece over here. S, G. It's kind of bad if you do that though. Okay, so there's actually a few things you can do here. So let's take a picture of this. Okay, right. So what do you have? I, S, L, J, L, T is Z on hold. So I think this is possible, right? Boom, 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 boom. And then use your eyepiece, right? So you don't want to use the eyepiece. So if you don't want to use the eyepiece, you have to do something like this. Actually, can you? No, don't do that. Don't do that either. Boom, boom, boom. Something like that, right? It's not great either. But I mean, I think it has to be done for like the most safe in a vacuum. 1, 2, or you could do that, but then this is not good either because you don't know if you're gonna get a T piece. Okay. Actually, that's it. That's the best solution. Okay, that's the best solution. Place the S in 7, 8, 9. oh, we'll probably have to put the Z piece. The Z in 1 plus 2, S in the L in 3 plus 4, and J upright in 5 plus 6. Culminating in the quad eyepiece in column. In column, what is that? 7. It is not an easy solve to spot so high up the board, but learning to save eyepieces is a critical skill that will save you in similar situations. Because what good is it if you, or I guess this is solution. What good is it if you open up the well but have no eyepiece to save to send a quad with? Question mark. That's rhetorical. Okay. So you get bailed out because you got 2 lucky eyepieces. Please don't tell me you put this here. No! No, Hermes! 117. Don't place the... Once again, you covered your... Kevin, don't laugh. You covered your well while trying to mill pieces with the O piece while trying to mill for the J piece. So like, what would have been better here? It would have been correct to simply use the JP to. It would have. Actually, honestly, you should have held the O and used J piece right away in 7 and 8. Is that 7 and 8? No, it's 8 plus 9. No, it is 7 and 8. I'll use space right away. Honestly, there's nothing else to be said here, right? That's just wrong. That's just it's just killing you. Come on. Okay. Use the J piece. Okay. At 121. Not even 121. A little bit before this. 120. You missed the chance to. Okay, so there was 2 things you could have done, which is to either skim right away or to set up. Either skim to either set up a TSD with a J overhang in 3 plus 4 plus 5, or to skim using J in 1 plus 2 plus 3 and L in 2 plus 3 plus 4. Look at that! Your opponent built a little S piece, a Z, the T piece. Not a T, but I can't even say it. Z piece in there. In 2 and 3 and 4. When you have so little room to place pieces, you have to make each one count. Okay. Oh my goodness, how did you lose this one, Hermes? Oh, that's why. Okay, okay, okay. So why did this happen? This happened because, boom. Actually, it's hard to say. I don't think there's really any way for Hermes to have addressed this garbage. Well, certainly not to put the eyepiece here. Oh my gosh. No. Okay. Okay. Geez. Oh, excuse me. Honestly, I don't even think that last part was like played that badly. It's just really unfortunate that the eye kick. I mean, what could you have done? I think maybe you can go for T-spin single. Z, T. It's not going to do you any good. Really, you just need to go down at this point. So maybe Z, L, you put the T pieces here. You just need to get to that eyepiece. Eyepiece clipping there is tough. I think the only way out of here that I see is putting this here, L piece here, 2 T pieces here. Let me take a picture. Okay, the music's up. So after this, I gotta react to Leo's clip. And if Leo's not here, I'll react to it anyways, or review it anyways, about just the last round. But I'll just give him back his points. To me, I feel like this is the way. I don't know why I gave myself another L piece. There isn't another L piece. That should be an I. There should be an I. This one should be an I. So then maybe like this. Like that is the best thing I can think of, but it's really tough because I don't even know if Hermes has the room for that. Let me go back here. Okay, this goes here. I mean, this is the right idea. I think, yeah, I could have lived. I piece goes here, S piece goes here, L piece goes here, J piece goes upright, maybe? I'm not sure. Honestly, I don't think there's too much else to say from there. Okay, hold on. I need to go 45 minutes back because that's when Leo sent his thing. Let me grab this. Let's go watch this. But yeah, I'm pretty much done here. Put that there. Watch the last round. Oh, if it's only 5 rounds and oh, these are really long rounds. Okay, I'm going to watch the last round. Let's do full screen. Okay, so we got some MS2. Big Chungus goes for this perfect clear. Ooh, DPC? That's not right. Well, what happened? What went wrong? Mishold. That's no, actually. Oh. Maybe he set it up on the wrong side? Because there should be a J here. Then I believe there should be a Z piece, O, and then an S. Now, I'm not super familiar. But yeah, we'll see. My kryptonite, yeah. Haven't we all been there? So I think, oh, Leo definitely could have gone for maybe a T-spin single here. But that's okay. Not a big deal. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Holy moly, I just looked at the APM. Okay, now what? Okay. Okay. Oh. J piece? Okay, no, I thought a J piece for sure there. Okay, look at this greed. Boom, 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 boom. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was crazy. Oh my god, a freaking nuke. 130 APM on 2.11 BPS. Pretty spectacular. All right, Leo, since you're not here, I'm going to return your points back to you because you didn't get to see the reaction of it. But if you are, then I guess you get to get your 500 points back. Hold on. I know I can bring it up from here. How do I pop out the rewards queue? Right, I can do that. Recent review requests. How do I tasks? Okay, I'll figure it out later. Okay, so I was gonna do the I was gonna do the crossword, but I don't really have time. It's like past midnight now. I like to go to sleep. So let's see who is streaming right now. We got Wiley. Wiley's online. Mark, Win. I was watching this guy yesterday. Moss, Eriko, Hayumi now. For Whiting, I can't. Narso. I have seen this person's name before. Some long name. The cat. Oh, I kind of just want to go raid to Wiley because Wiley's a cool guy. Sleep. What's that? I know, right? Yeah, I can't go to sleep for another 4 hours, of course. Okay, let's raid Wiley's stream. Wiley can't Twitch. Okay. Should probably start, so I'm gonna go now. Okay, thank you. Let's do a let me raid Wiley can't Twitch. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for all the suggestions and all the fun times. I really do appreciate having friends to come back and hang out and just yap about Tetris with. Hopefully I see you guys soon. Yeah. Thanks for the stream. Have a good night. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Go give Wiley some love. Okay. So we're gonna raid up to Wiley. What's he doing over here? It looks like he's watching. Oh, it's Lisette? I'm not sure. Okay. See you guys later. Bye. Take care.
There's like alerts that pop up, and I don't know how to play them. Plus my brain touches too much. Jeremy, hello! How you doing, dude? Holy shit, how you going? We're currently on the grind for 2,000 meters. I've had two like PB setting runs and a 1,700. How was your stream, mate? Oh my fucking god. We're currently watching Lizette, one of our friends here, who's fucking grinding. Do they live this? And they get a KO in the middle. Hi everybody, how are we all going? We're about to do some puzzles in a second as well, but we're just taking a break. I hope your stream was well, mate. Holy shit, Lizette, you're crazy. See, I've had a 1900 run, I've had a PB run, and then we've had a 1700 run. So you know what? Fucking great run. Reviewing a replay, that's exciting. I do love analytics.